We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon Fall Favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on Fall Favorites at Amazon.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, there's a saying for those of us not trained in the visual arts. Quote, I don't know art, but I know what I like. And nothing proves that mantra more than a piece of quote-unquote art going up for auction next month at Sotheby's. You see, 5 years ago, a so-called artist, he duct-taped a banana to a wall. Yep. But he was smart enough to do it at an art gallery and then sold for $120,000. Well, now Sotheby's is expecting to fetch up to $1.5 million in exchange for a banana, a roll of duct tape, instructions for how to tape a banana to your wall, and finally, a certificate of authenticity for $1.5 million. By the way, I did a quick check. A roll of duct tape, get DeWalt duct tape, good stuff. That's $11. A single banana that retails anywhere from 26 cents to 59 cents. Or you can spend $1.5 million to prove that you are hopelessly stupid. Meanwhile, you could spend, say, $2,000 and be the proud owner of the prosthetic nose that Laurence Olivier wore in the title role of the 1955 movie Richard III. And if that's still a little too rich for your wallet, how about just spending $150 for a taxidermied rat posed as a, quote, sexy showgirl, complete with fake eyelashes and nipple covers? Keep in mind, rats have 6 nipples. And artist Caitlin Hillis, she'll cover each and every one. She's the owner of Showtime Taxidermy. Reach out to her and she'll craft a custom sex rodent for you. And they say that dreams don't come true. Come on. Or maybe you don't want a taxidermy animal and you actually want a living, breathing, exotic animal. Well, New Jersey might be the place for you, friends. There's all kinds of animals that you can legally own there, including poison dart frogs. Good idea? No, but it's legal, and you can have one or more in your home. But that's the thing about your home. Look, we all have our own interests, and just to please ourselves, maybe there's something, I don't know, peculiar on display that people tend to ask about each and every time they come over, and that's what we want to talk about today. Today's question, quite simply, is what thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All the Charles, away we go. Welcome to season 19, episode number 4208. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Once again, we'll be joined by Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show as we sit and spin a little Halloween flavor today.
Well, like Halloween songs? What are we doing?
We have 10 characters that you might see on Halloween. In other words, for an example, devil with a blue dress on.
So the devil.
Okay. In this case,
all right.
Mike's going to play us a little bit of the tune. It is up to us to figure out the character with the song that we might see on Halloween.
Okay.
Feed My Frankenstein from Alice Cooper for an example.
Not a bad song.
All
Stupid,
right.
but not a bad song.
Yeah, but we'll hear a little bit of the song and then try to figure out what the character is that is involved, the monster, the so to speak, the Halloween figure.
Are there any songs called Slutty Nurse? That seems to be a popular
That would
one.
be a good one. Dr. Feelgood, maybe? But I think that was about a drug dealer. You know,
Zombie anything.
well, there's a band called the Zombies, but I don't know of any zombie songs. Maybe there's one or two.
Why have nurses always been, not that they are.
But as far as the Halloween goes,
Yeah, it's like a joke from a movie I like years ago. It's like, my mom found out I rented slutty nurses from Jersey.
I guess because, otherwise they're just wearing scrubs and you're like,
no,
are
that's
you...
fine. That is fine.
No,
That's what I was going to say.
But I don't know if you're dressed
done.
up for Halloween
No.
or if you're actually a nurse.
I don't care if you came straight from the hospital to the party.
Yeah.
Either way, scrubs, I'll take those. Those typically are, for whatever reason, I'm okay with that.
Well, they're slutty nurses, they're slutty nuns, they're slutty cops. Pretty much slutty everything, right? Name a profession.
Well,
wear
it
fishnets,
seems to, or
slutty.
sexy. It seems to be part of the description on a lot of the costumes.
Yeah, they don't really say slutty. They do say sexy, my
especially
bad.
for adults. So when you get into
Hopefully
that realm,
for adults.
but it's not for guys.
No. I mean, how do you...
You could dress up like a Chippendale, but you're not sexy. You could be in
That's true.
Thunder from Down Under. You could wear the whole thing, and people would go, "Oh my God, he's wearing a cummerbund." And
Well, then they
a
think you're being
banana
funny.
and a banana hammer,
Right.
And a bow
There was a
tie.
pretty sexy guy. He was the naked guy from The Sims.
I don't know the naked guy from The Sims.
So he just had like a little box that was like blurred out his junk.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great outfit.
It is. I was like, that's awesome.
So 10 characters you will see on Halloween coming up when we'll sit and spin. That is on the way at 4:30. What else do we have? We've got a big party Saturday up at Black Raven Brewing in Woodinville, inviting you to join us between 4 and 8 as we try the brand new Ola Days Porter and have our Ola Days Porter Party. Absolutely
Porter
free
party,
from
yes.
4 until 8. Stop by and try the brand new Men's Room Ola Days Porter with notes of Grandma's famous rum balls, chocolate, vanilla, orange peel, and holiday spices.
Mike, any word from Castle on the Porter Party Porta Potty?
No, just that he's aware that that's what we want.
That's where he left it. I'm
That's
aware
literally
that
I'm
all
aware
I
of
know.
that's what you need.
Why can't we just get a porta potty for the porta party?
I
There's
heard
no
that.
better time.
And put it right in the middle of the bar.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to go, if you're going to go right in the middle of the dining area, you know what I mean?
Specifically for the
I
porta
don't
party
think
porta
they
potty.
can't. No. Black Raven can't have that in their place.
Wow.
You put it right outside.
You,
right?
you could. You put it
Okay.
outside.
What if it didn't have any juice in it? What if it was just an empty? Someone's going to use it, I bet.
Fill it with the porter.
Yeah, that's the issue. You don't want
Fine.
it's
You
they
don't
have
need-
food trucks and beverages. You don't need a porta potty in the middle.
You don't need the blue water that the barbers put their combs in there. Just leave it empty, and hopefully no one will go in there.
For the porta party porta potty.
Yeah, 4 until 8. Black Raven Brewery up in Woodinville. Not they've got one in Redmond. That is not the location. We're going to be in Woodinville. So if you're in the area on Saturday afternoon from 4 to 8, please join us. Try the brand new beer and help out our friends locally at the Three Fisher Houses. That's going to be a good time. So we hope to see you up there. Today on the question, we're going to talk about things that you own that people might ask, why do you own that? It might be something that has been handed down in your family, something that you picked up somewhere along the way. A lot of times people get some weird stuff from jobs or maybe antiquing or whatever the deal is. But either way, it could be a pet. People own some pretty strange stuff.
I would highly recommend don't make a comment about something odd on somebody's countertop or mantle
Why not?
because it probably has a personal reason it's there.
For an example.
I'm sure
That's an ugly vase. That has the ashes of my grandfather.
Okay, bro.
Oh.
Phrasing. It's just maybe you don't say, damn, that's ugly, this thing you put
That's
on
what
display.
I'm saying, but it happens all the time.
I mean, look, it's some people, they have ugly kids. I'm sorry. They just do. But I've never thought, like, God damn, you still post that picture of your kid. There's just a way to phrase
Oh, you're not nearly as ugly in person.
Yeah.
Or whatever you say to the 3-year-old.
Well, the camera helps you.
Yes.
Is that through a filter?
We will start with this
I like
story.
that you open with, that's an ugly vase. Because even if it wasn't sentimental, that means they just
it's an example,
I
but
know.
like, what is that weird vase? Is that better? But I'm just saying, like, just don't preface it. Just ask. Because if somebody's got it out on display,
Oh, yeah.
even if it's a Ninja Turtle toy, more than likely that guy has a reason that it's
What's
out.
up with that, man? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My kid didn't put it away.
Here's a weird one. The prosthetic schnoz that Laurence Olivier donned to play the title role in King Richard III from 1955 is so famous, It's appeared on lists of the best, worst fake noses in cinematic history.
In other words, there's also a list of the best fake worst noses.
Now the costume nose is headed for the auction block next month. Who held on to this thing? I have no idea. It is part of a lot of about 350 props, awards, and other items that are being sold by the late actor's estate and his widow, fellow actor Dame Joan Plowright. What a great
Plowright,
name for a
yeah.
woman. Mrs. Plowright. God, I love you. The prominent prosthetic comes in a box accompanied by a note that does indicate that Olivier may have received it as an 80th birthday gift from one of the film's makeup artists. Dear Larry, we have both made 80. Happy birthday. Here's the first nose we used in Spain. Remember, you would not shoot on the 13th. The costume accessory is, believe it or not, expected to fetch early bidding is $2,000.
$2,000.
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to look like the most evil thing there was, he said of the prosthetic in the mid-1980s book on acting. Other items in the auction include the crown props he wore during his various Shakespearean performances, the Golden Globe he won for Hamlet in 1948. There's a bunch of stuff on there that will go up for auction, but the nose itself, the prosthetic nose, the opening bid is $2,000.
You have to be
what
a
would you do with that
serious movie buff or Laurence Olivier fan. Right.
Yeah.
The movie itself came out in 1955. It's Laurence Olivier, who I know by name, but I don't know that I've seen him perform anything. So, like, if I brought it home, even with my wife, she'd be like, yes, I've heard of him too. No, neither of us have seen the movies. My kids would be like, so it's just some old man's fake nose. Like, well, yeah, guys. I mean,
that was actually, in all honesty, I know the food sucked and the service wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but if you ever walked into a Planet Hollywood back in the day, they would have a lot of the props that Arnold and Sylvester and some of the investors would bring in, some of their famous, like, even if it's just the trunks of Apollo Creed.
Sure, but that made sense because you knew who they were.
From Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, but it was more modern. You said, and I know who these investors are, right? So I go,
but that stuff,
okay,
it would be cool to own any of that stuff. Just to own any kind of prop from a major film, regardless, I think would be a cool thing to have in your home. I have never seen King Richard III, and I have never watched, I don't believe, ever a Laurence Olivier movie. But
what about Spartacus?
My grandparents.
Was he in Spartacus?
He is Spartacus, isn't he?
I thought that was Michael Douglas. Or are they both in the movie? Crap.
I'm not sure.
Well,
who was Spartacus, Mike? Because they all said they were.
I was going to say, I am Spartacus.
But if you
apparently they all were.
If you had the hockey mask that was worn in, Halloween,
sure,
wherever the deal is, it's a cool thing to have.
It is, but those things I feel like carry more weight. They're just more iconic, right? And obviously Laurence Olivier, he's this noted actor, but the Friday the 13th mask, the nose, you're just like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, you're right. Kirk Douglas was Spartacus.
It was Kirk. Who did I say? Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Kirk Douglas. He was officially Spartacus. All right.
Caitlin Hillis, she's 36. She runs her business called Showtime Taxidermy from her home, where she sells quirky and bizarre rats for about $200 American.
Just real quick, do yourself a favor and go to ShowtimeTaxidermy.com.
The rodents are dressed and posed as clown performers. It all began during a craft night 4 years ago. She said, we watched videos online and made our first taxidermy together.
Hey, look, I'm on her website. I just want you to take a look. Look, she puts a lot of work into these things for sure.
I can't see it, but is it basically dinner for schmucks? Steve Carell he made these shadow boxes, these dioramas of roadkill mice.
Okay.
That he dressed up in little outfits and he posed them in little scenes and scenarios. Is that exactly what
might
she's doing?
It might be that. In her case, they are specifically posed as showgirls.
Yeah,
they have they have pasties, but remember, rats have 6 nipples, so she has 6 pasties on each head.
Her daughter and her sister got together, and they admitted it was comically bad, but we loved it. We had such a good time. So we did it again, and we made others, and the natural step was, let's make it sexy and fun and add costumes. So after posting pictures online, Caitlin realized people were not only delighted to see her creations, but they wanted to buy them, and Showtime Taxidermy was born. Since then, she's been blown away by her business popularity, selling the preserved rats online and at oddities and curiosity expos around the United States. She said, when people come up to me, they gasp or they clutch their pearls when they see what I've made, and they get really excited. It blows my mind. My artwork is all over the country. I think I've got one in almost every state now. It's a really cool feeling to be weird, to do something different, and to have so many people enjoy it. That's my favorite part for sure. Now, since she was young, she said she enjoyed visiting museums, seeing the animals in real life, but she never dreamed that one day she would become a taxidermist. She previously worked as a wedding photographer, graphic designer. She thought taxidermy was too specialized and not something that you could do if you worked from home. However, when her daughter suggested they try preserving smaller animals, like rats, at a craft night, the idea for the business was formed. When people think about taxidermy, I think they mostly picture deer, game animals, fish. Just to simplify it, let's say that takes 100 steps. The rats take 20, and the process is less complicated. And because I'm doing one thing over and over again, I'm really able to hone my abilities. I started out with videos online, started practicing, and they become cuter and cuter over time. She explained she buys the rats frozen from an ethical local breeder that supplies food for zoos. Okay. And she keeps them in a large freezer she has in her home. How much do the rats cost? Frozen rat. What do you think the going market is? So before she gets going on her project,
$3.75.
Rats are $4 a piece.
All right, that's close.
But Caitlin ensures there is little waste as possible. A friend actually uses the rat bones to make jewelry.
$4 to get the rat from the wholesaler.
Yes,
right. The frozen rat.
Right, her production rats cost a lot more.
Oh, yeah. No,
hey, you saw that glamorous work she's doing on those days. That ain't some small dollar stuff there.
With clay foam and wire, she puts the skins in borax, which is a preservative, then shapes the skins around her desired molds before letting them then solidify. She says the rat poses are inspired by acrobats, burlesque performers, and belly dancers, but tailored to suit the animal's smaller limbs, which is part of their charm. The drying process is...
Damn, man, we don't need to go there.
Yeah,
we know they're dead.
Well, they're frozen. 2 to 3 weeks, and she adds decorations such as colored feathers, rhinestones, velvet, fake eyelashes, even makes her own signature nipple coverings for the rats.
Yeah, you can't find those on Amazon for rats.
By the way, 6 on each animal. I'm crossing these multiple territories where people who do taxidermy like my work because it's fun and it's whimsical. And people don't necessarily like taxidermy, but they're drawn to mine because it's pretty and it's glamorous. Let's face it, if you see a dead animal's head on a wall, pretty cool, sometimes a little bit freaky, depending on where you are. But the idea of a rat rowing a boat or whatever she does, or being a burlesque dancer, that kind of changes the process. She says it takes about a month from start to finish. She completes her work in batches, meaning sometimes she has up to 100 completed rats around her home at once. I don't have a big home, so I have to stockpile. The place that I put them in is my laundry room, and I've hung dowel rods across the room so I can hang them. That's what I've got going on. I've got this tunnel to my washing machine and my dryer. Rest is just rats, basically in there. And she says it's the coolest job in the world. I get to be creative. I get to be artistic. I get to have my own schedule. I get to interact with awesome people. I could not improve anything on this. I absolutely love it.
I mean, look, I'm glad she's happy. And if there's an audience for it, knock yourself out. I do find them funny. I would never buy one. But every time I've clicked on her website, I'm laughing. I'm like, okay, that's funny. They are funny. If someone gave me one, I'd be like, all right, cool.
I would like to have the gopher in Caddyshack, which I have a picture with.
That'd be cool.
See, like if I'm Bill Murray, or if I'm Chevy Chase, or the late Rodney Dangerfield, or late Ted Knight, or one of these guys who starred in the movie, that would be something that, I don't know how iconic they thought it was at the time to shoot that movie, but in the end,
I don't think they did.
You had to think to yourself, okay, well, where is Bruce the shark from Jaws located? Is there anywhere where that is on display? Where you could just go and see the mechanical shark?
Question. I think he has it like in a warehouse or something.
But that's not good.
No, I agree, but I'm saying I think he's kept it, but I don't know that it's actually on display. But yeah, you'd like to see that's the shark.
Universal, maybe the amusement park or whatever the deal is. I know at one point in time I was doing when I was doing mornings in Baltimore, we had Paul Rubens on.
All right,
and Paul Rubens is the late Pee Wee Herman.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now he had in his possession, along with, what was the other guy's name that did this?
Drew Carey.
Well, and there's a few of these guys. Bobcat Goldthwait, maybe? Or they collect vintage erotica.
Yeah.
Now, it's not as sexual, some of these things, as you think they are.
No, you basically just had to be naked back then, right? You know,
Well,
the dress falling off the shoulder. That was basic porn back in the day.
He bought what they believed to be adult toys from, different eras in different times from the Romans, from the Greek.
Right.
So he would have an actual stone that had been carved and etched to look like a giant penis.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it was used for. But everything from that to early on dungeon type of, clamps that you would tie someone up to a wall.
Yeah.
All kinds of crazy crap. And it was not good that he got busted doing what he did at the time based on the fact that he was doing a children's show. But ultimately, a lot of these films that he would go to at that one particular movie house, and he explained this, were vintage erotica films that he was actually looking to purchase from the theaters.
Okay.
It's not that he didn't masturbate in a movie theater.
Right, he did.
That would probably be one of the movies he would be willing to buy.
I think that passes mustard at that point.
16 millimeter reels of, black and white stuff or, early 70, late 60 erotica. He bought it all and kept it in a giant warehouse. I want to say Bobcat Goldthwait had like a 30-foot penis that was used as
I think
a
you're
prop
right.
in some movie that he kept stowed in a warehouse, like a storage unit, for all of his creepy crap.
Yeah.
A 30-foot penis. He pays every month to store a 30-foot penis in a warehouse.
Hey, man.
Just so he can have
He's
it.
a strange bird.
He is.
Yep.
He is.
By the way, Miles, the sole surviving full-scale model of the shark from Jaws is at the Academy of Motion Pictures.
Is that what,
Museum.
Hollywood, I guess? I'm assuming
I'm
so.
going to assume LA.
But he's the fourth one and the only surviving one, so who knows what happened to the first three.
What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Feeling overwhelmed? Struggling with mental health shouldn't be the norm. At Mindful Therapy Group, we specialize in connecting you with compassionate therapists that can support you through stress, anxiety, ADHD, and so much more. With in-person and telehealth appointments available, we can get you seen in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group accepts most health insurances, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to start your mental health journey today.
Rock.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Following the 5K a day, just download the Odyssey app. Listen to us for 1 hour. Your chance to win $5,000. The app is free. It is just that easy. All right, we go to Oklahoma.
My pot was down.
After more than 2 months of searching, an Oklahoma woman's pet tortoise has been found. In late August, Sherry put her 2 African spur tortoises, fondly named Phineas and Ferb, outside of their Piedmont, Oklahoma home, as she usually did. As she explained, she'd check on them every few hours. But she said she got stuck on the phone with a family member for a while, and by the time she was able to look, Ferb had played the shell game. The tortoise shimmered its way under an area of their fence before turning tail and taking off. From there,
breakneck speed.
Search was on. Searched everywhere. We drove around in circles, she said. Phineas and Ferb had lived with a family for nearly 4 years. In December 2020, her husband drove to Tulsa and brought the 2 tortoises back home. He came home with them in little mailboxes and a tank, everything I needed to get started. And when that happened, when one of the tortoises got lost, people from around Piedmont came in to help with the search. It had been 9 weeks and 4 days with Ferb by the time her husband noticed what he thought was a clump of grass about 100 feet into a field behind their home.
100 feet.
That is until it moved in a Ferb-like fashion. He couldn't hardly get the phone dialed to tell me about it. It was such a relief. She came home when she heard the good news, and just like that, they were reunited, and it felt so good, like peaches and herb. It has long been a long, long road, and I sure did miss him. Ferb was back home and got a bath on Thursday. You won't find anyone more excited about that than the mom. I can't explain to you how good I feel. It's just a big relief.
Do you think turtles are glad, quote unquote, to be home? You find your cat's happy to see you, even your cat. You find your dog is overwhelmingly happy to see you. But a turtle, like, you snatch it, made it 100 feet. Does the turtle care? Is it like, oh, there she is, I've missed you too?
This is a tortoise. As we talk about parrots and exotic birds, the tortoise can live over 100 years.
Yeah.
So we get back to that debate. Look, if you own this pet, eventually you're going to not outlive it. So then what do you do? Who is going to take in Ferb and Phineas when you pass on? Because they will still be around.
I would take Ferb and Phineas over a parrot. I really would. If you said, look, man, I'm leaving you one of these 2 things when I die. Either you can take my parrot, and you got 35 years of that bad boy, or you got 2 tortoises. It's just me personally. I'm taking the tortoises. I don't know why.
Yep. Okay.
Well, it feels like, too, like, you go away for the weekend. You can leave the tortoise, like, leave some food out or whatever.
Yeah, I would think.
Like the parrot, you got to, like, watch.
Right. It does seem like a lot more maintenance for a parrot. And there's the tortoise possibility it talks. It's loud. It flies around. And like we said, that thing was gone for 9 weeks and 4 days. I made it 100 feet. You know what I mean? You just didn't look hard.
But people do own some weird pets.
33 and a half yards.
We've got...
that's it.
We've got some of the animals...
That's a running back right there.
That you can own, and it really does depend on the state you're in.
Well, I brought up in the setup, we're saying in New Jersey, one of the exotic animals you can own is poison dart frogs. A guy here says, my buddy used to own a bunch of poison dart frogs. He also owned a caiman. That was in Everett. So he did not have them legally. But yes,
now,
he had
a
them.
poison, why are they named that? Do they shoot something out of their mouth that can kill bugs or whatever?
I think it's the one where if you touch it, it's toxic.
Oh, okay.
You know, like those blue ones you got down in like South America and all that. I believe it's one of those ones where like touching it alone is hazardous to human and pretty much any mammalian health out there. So at that point, it's one thing if it can like shoot something out of, even a venomous snake, right? It has to bite you. And it can, but it has to bite. The frog, like, if you touch it, it's an issue.
Our question, what thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
The caimans are kind of cool. I had a buddy that owned one.
They're kind of cool, yeah.
Right? He also owned a lot of snakes, so I hated his house. But the caiman was cool to look at.
Yeah. When I'm driving in rural areas, I always look at the people who don't know what a trade-in is on a car.
Yeah.
And they have 3 or 4 in their yard. And I really do think to myself, why in the hell do you own those? Why? You're never going to fix them.
You know you're not.
They don't know that.
It's
they think they're going to get to it.
Right. 89 Ford Escort. That is not going to get back on the road. There's no point in saving it. Why do you still have this?
But I think that's the difference. 1989 Ford Escort, like, why would you even take the time to fix that up?
Why have you
Go
not
sell
told
it for
us
scrap?
away?
You got the
Something,
68 Camaro. I go,
That's
like,
different.
look, I know you haven't worked on it in the 30 years that I've known you, but I understand why you would want to. So, yeah, the Ford Escort, like, dude, sell it for scrap, if nothing else.
Look, I agree. I'm just saying, I think that's the mentality of like, well, I'm going to work on it.
Well, true.
Kind of like January 1st. Everybody's going to be in the gym, be in great shape.
Okay, you got a new couch, right?
Half of that is true.
It's been years.
Yeah, but it's been a couple of years since you moved. You got a newer couch. In West Virginia, you take the old couch and you put that on the porch, regardless of the shape it's in. I mean, if you could sit down and fall all the way back into a spring, it would still be on. Don't sit on that side.
Right.
But why do you own that? And why is it on your porch? Get that.
Because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And you don't have to buy porch furniture if I can just take my couch and put it out front, bro. It's saving money, man.
There's a thin line between the porch and the garage. On the porch, trashy. In your garage, comfortable.
Yeah, man cave.
What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
Still an old ratty couch.
Hello, Joshua. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hola.
Hola. So, I have 2 shrunken human heads.
You do?
All right.
Like Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yes. Well, one's registered. The other one costs a little bit of money to get registered. But I know for a fact one was in a museum for a hot minute.
Is this like a Papua New Guinea thing? I mean, Amazon rainforest, do you know the origins of these things?
My uncle does. He's the one that usually hits me up for weird and strange oddities that he gets.
So how did he go about getting these things?
If I told you I don't know, I got no clue. That man has come across some weird things, actually. He was the one that wound up with the missing 9/11 flag that was raised up at Ground Zero out in Everett.
Okay. So if you don't know how we got a hold of the shrunken human heads, being that once you have human body parts lost in the change, how do you go about registering them?
Well, it depends on what states you're in. I think there's only 4 states out there that actually say, hey, you can't have human remains. Washington State, you're allowed to have human remains.
You are? Okay.
Register them or anything.
Can you tell the sex of the person based on, is there any distinct features? I mean, long hair doesn't mean anything. So do you know if it's a male or a female?
I believe both of mine are female. Sometimes you could see like hair follicles for a mustache or something, depending on where they're from.
Okay. I'm assuming that your
in
uncle,
Baltimore, that doesn't help.
Does he travel the world, or are these things that you can just acquire through the mail?
He just acquires them through people he's met, and he's come across some strange things.
All right. What does your uncle have? Where you go, why in the hell do you have that?
Well, he had the 9/11 flag. He had a collection of meteorite at one point in time.
That's cool.
Multiple human heads, like skulls and whatnot, bone fragments and stuff like that.
Is your uncle married?
He was.
He was.
What did he do for a living?
He was a landscaper.
Okay, that makes complete sense. Shrunken human heads, landscaping. I see the connection.
Well, there's only, if I remember the Ripley's thing, that was kind of like it was either an Amazon rainforest tribe that did that or Papua New Guinea thing.
I mean, there were a few, but it was like, even though you heard about the history, I did not think you could then, like, go to the Amazon rainforest and like, oh, dude, we got real shrunken human heads at the gift shop.
But there's got to be a process behind doing that.
Sure.
Just like anything else. So they knew the process. I've never heard of it done in any other way medically than, indigenous people performing that, what ceremony, I don't know what it even called.
It doesn't really
human taxidermy.
It doesn't really serve a purpose outside of being ceremonial, so there's no medical reason like, hey, good news, we can help beat this thing you got. We just have to shrink your head and look like the guy from Beetlejuice.
Again, right, it's so old, right?
Yeah.
Saying, like, basically, if you killed the enemy, you'd shrink their head so that the spirit couldn't come after you to avenge the death.
Okay, and I track what they're going with. It's just weird that you kept it and, like, you want to buy this?
Well, things in jars, things that are that's where you get some weird stuff. We had a
like the science lab.
Yeah, we had a military service member.
But at least at the science lab, you go, this is a science lab. I know a girl that had her cat's uterus in a jar, and you wouldn't know what it is. You just knew it was something biological, and it's just doing that slow spin in a jar. And when we finally asked her, her name was Lily, and when we asked Lily, it was a very sweet girl. She was like, oh, it's my cat's uterus. And then, like, she just bounced out to get something to eat. And we're like, that is freaking weird.
I cannot remember if it was a band that went on a USO tour or it was an actual service member or veteran who at one point in time brought in a camel spider in a jar.
Yeah.
For us to check out. And now, when you see the pictures of them on the wall, it doesn't look nearly as big because it's all kind of curled up in the jar, but you can still see the size.
Yeah, it's a big-ass spider.
I mean, until you actually look at one, then you understand why everyone who was deployed there and never came into contact with them will never forget that encounter.
Yeah, you won't.
The thing is absolutely huge. Some things that people said that were weird that they owned. One person has a cobra in a bottle.
I've seen that before. At a gift shop, not in someone's home, but I've seen that before.
Okay.
And I swear it's authentic. I don't know if it is, but I've seen the jar, seen the cobra. And it's always a cobra. It's like it's never any other snake.
I got a buddy who's got he's got a bottle of mezcal that he's never opened up from Mexico, and it's got a tarantula inside of the bottle. Now, the bottle is still full of mezcal. The tarantula, the hairy, it doesn't look dead.
I think I was going to ask, does it disintegrate at all?
It did not. It's just sitting in that bottle, and damn if you don't want to drink it, because you can. There's nothing.
Right.
And I guess if you get to the point where you want to challenge your buddy, you break that bottle and you can eat it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Scorpions, tarantulas, what was the other one they used to put in? Like when it was to prove
the worm?
Yeah. Well, and they said it was to prove the purity. And I'm like, well,
it's dead.
How does dropping something that's going to drown in a liquid prove its purity? But whatever. That was always the thing.
Another person said, I have a juvenile Alaskan wolf skull and a complete bat skeleton. Which is pretty crazy. Guys, my cigar cutter used to be an umbilical cord cutter. Got it when the hospital I used to work at threw out a ton of old instruments, and I thought, hey, this thing looks practical. I can use it for something. So the same thing that used to cut babies' umbilical cords, he uses it to get his stogies ready.
You know, that's a smart repurposing.
Yeah, that might just be good at it.
And honest to God, like, that makes complete sense.
Another says, I own a brain in a jar. That's fun at parties. Another, an oil...
Brain in the jar... It's somewhat interesting, though.
It is interesting, but for some reason, I feel like since you've always kind of seen it since childhood, even if it's just in cartoons or Bill Nye, or you kind of like, I don't know how you got it, but okay.
I own an oil painting of MacGyver.
That's just fantastic.
That's awesome.
Another, a taxidermy giraffe foot. I own antique glass eyeballs that were used for people who lost an eye back in the day. So they're a little bit more remedial,
sure,
as far as probably, the accurateness of the... but they're painted. I guess they paint everything over top of the glass. A plaster cast of a stranger's flaccid penis. I have no idea whose penis this is, but I have the plaster cast of one.
All right.
And a rotary phone, says another person.
Yeah.
A rotary phone. What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jess. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I was just telling Mike, way back in the day, back when you guys had the rock girls and stuff, a friend of mine was a rock girl, and she had a pet that she loved and had it taxidermied because she just couldn't bear to part with it. Later down the line, I had chickens and ducks, and my very favorite chicken passed away from oviduct cancer. I tried to save her, and I even took out a line of credit. I kid you not.
To save your chicken?
Yes.
How old?
Chicken.
Okay, how old was this chicken at the point that it got its diagnosis?
4 years old.
4 years old. And what was it about this chicken that you were so attached to?
I just never had chickens before, and I don't know. She was an egg layer. I didn't intend to eat her, but I ate the eggs, obviously.
Okay.
But
all right. Well, what was the pet your friend had stuffed?
A rabbit. I don't know if you guys. Well, I don't know if I can say her name, or I don't know if it's okay to say that. But she was a rock girl, and she had a pet rabbit that she loved dearly, and she had it taxidermied, and that's what inspired me when. Well,
so do you still have your chicken cordon bleu, so to speak? I mean, do you still have your stuffed chicken?
Oh, yeah, she's sitting right next. Well, I mean, she's taxidermied sitting right next to me right now. Yeah,
okay.
Her name's Elsie.
Let me ask you this. Does it honestly help you, the idea of parting with your pet, right? Because either way, the pet's not coming back, but I understand physically it's next to you. Did that help your grieving process over your chicken?
Well, at the time it did. I mean, this is like 12 years ago, but she's just like kind of I guess, like more of a conversation piece. And I don't know. Like,
Well, you know what, man? Guys who can do that stuff. I've seen pheasant. I've seen quail done. Some pedigree birds that have been taxidermed before. And as far as it not looking absolutely butchered, right? Typically, birds kind of still maintain their integrity as far as how they look when they were alive. You know, once they've been
she looks exactly like she did when she was alive. Other than the eyeballs, though, like
that's
the
the
fake
problem.
eyeballs.
The beak is one of the last prominent things that still is original, so to speak, that you can keep during that process.
Now,
and the talon.
Have you considered any other pets since then? Have you considered having them taxidermied when they go to the other side?
Oh, well, I actually did have their birds, their chickens and ducks, and they, ran their, they don't live very long, really. So we did end up, my ex-husband and I ended up burying those, but my first chicken is the one that's taxidermied, and right now I have 4 healthy cats that, way down the line, when that day comes, I'd probably just have them cremated.
I would never.
Really? Why did it? What's different about the cats versus the chicken? Or is it just that you did the chicken, you know what the process is, and you're okay not to do it?
Yeah, I don't want to see my cats looking as creepy as with the eyeballs.
If I walked in my house and Dr. Gomez was stiff and sitting up on the counter or whatever, I would absolutely lose it.
I don't know what it is.
Cats
cats
is
not the one.
Just, yeah.
Because cats, when you taxidermy stuff, like, look, at the time that you shot said bear, it did not look the way you're going to have it taxidermied, right? Your dog, you're going to have your dog look as happy. Like, my cat, I know my cat loves me, but the cat always looks like it wants to murder me. There's no way to stuff a cat and make it not look creepy.
What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Amy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So back in the day, 80s, 90s, with The Rock, you guys used to have the black laser blazers, go to all of the events and everything. We own one. Still runs. Still tabbed every year.
Now, what is that? I that was before our time.
That was for us.
They would have these black blazers that had little lasers along the side of them.
All right.
That they would go drive to all of the events, and my uncle bought one for my cousin and I. So
can you do us a favor? Can you send us a picture of that? I'm curious to see what that looks like.
Next time I head up to Magnolia to my uncle's house, I would love to. You can still kind of see a little bit of the laser blazer emblem going along the bottom. It is a little rusty, but yes, the only time it actually gets moved is when we pull the boat out of the garage, and then it gets moved back.
Unfortunately, the radio station's well over 50 years old at this point in time, but there were a lot of cool things that we got on our 50th anniversary that either like Taryn or Hair Club picked up on eBay or they found at thrift stores. It actually used to pretty well just be a museum in Hair Club's office for a while this was going on, just taking all these pictures of all these things. But the one thing I kept asking him about, I was like, when the radio station back in the day before everything got digital and you had a turning dial, it was easier. You didn't do points, so you didn't say 99.9. You said it's 100 on your dial, and we were FM 100. And there used to be KISW had a mascot that was a duck.
Correct.
And all I wanted to do was like, okay, where is the duck? Who's got the duck? Where is the duck? Where's the duck head? Where's the duck thing? I want to see the duck. And he's like, we don't know where the duck is.
And that's the one thing he couldn't track down because he found a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, like as far as just seafair stuff, whether it was the onesies that Miss Rock that the pit crew would wear and cool stuff like that,
those driving suits,
all that stuff. We had like one of them, but the thing was that people loved was the duck.
The duck.
I don't know why KISW was associated with a duck. Who cares?
Whoever that duck guy was, I bet he's got it.
You think he's got it?
Oh yeah. When you keep, if you're a mascot for anything, and they don't ask for it back, I think you keep it.
Especially if you played like Ronald McDonald.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Anything.
I mean, if the Seattle Mariners got rid of the moose, I would think the moose gets to keep the costume.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean if they got rid of the moose, like you're no longer the mascot? I don't know,
Where's
man.
Squatch? Did Squatch go to Portland? He went to Portland, didn't he?
No.
Well, I'm saying, but like that costume's not on display down in Oklahoma City. I bet Squatch still has the Squatch costume.
I hope he does, man. You earned that.
What thing do you own that makes people ask, Why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Life can be hectic, and managing your mental health is more important today than ever before. That's why Mindful Therapy Group's mission is to take the pain out of finding a therapist. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Our mental health providers are here for you, with both in-person and telehealth options to get you seen in as little as 48 hours. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance. Join us to start your journey to a healthier and happier you. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday athletic gifts like bikes, tents, and outdoor gear. You'll have money left over for a premium yoga mat so you can try to touch your toes by New Year's. Almost there. Or that Pro Series 2-person sled with titanium alloy skis. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Download today.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Our question, what thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
A couple of quick texts there. It says, I own a glass antique hospital bed urinal. I found it years ago when I was hired to clean out a garage and throw everything away. That is the one thing I kept. Now, later, when I went to college, and after many cleanings, I used it as my drinking mug at Keggers. Very mixed reactions.
Okay. You ever been called a bedpan?
Yeah, bedpan, basically. Yeah.
I've always wanted a urinal.
Oh, like for your actual bathroom?
In my house.
Yeah.
Why not?
It'd be perfect.
Saves water.
Someone here says you're talking about what we used to be, KISW FM 100.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, it says, in the late 80s, I quote-unquote appropriated a KISW FM 100 banner from Supercross in the King Dome. I hung it on the boat at Seafair. Holy cow, what a party. We had to turn people away as the boat was getting overboarded.
Oh, we watched from Georgetown on an overpass on a Red Festival one year where we had there was a big-ass men's room banner.
30 or 40 feet
I don't know, man. We just saw it get rolled up like a blind and just taken away, man. It was like, that was a hit job. That thing was gone quick.
Yeah, I remember our promotion guy was just like, God damn it. And I said, man, look, if anyone wants it that bad, let them keep it, because that's kind of awesome.
And the way the guy actually called in at one point, too. He went to another event, he was like, dude, I was the guy that took it.
And then a guy here, we're talking about Bruce the shark from Jaws. So speaking of Bruce, the Jaws shark, he was bursting through the kitchen wall at my friend's house. It was a huge head portion, but it was cast from the original movie Shark. Super realistic, unique decoration. Actually, on that note, in my basement, I have, it is life size. It's a gold leaf covered plaster cast of a rhino head. Right? So it's really big, massive gold leaf rhino head. And like I said, it's actual size because it was cast from an actual rhino head. And, yeah, a lot of people ask, why do you have it? And I say, because I had to. And this thing...
Where did you see this thing?
It was a place called Ballard Consignment, right? So my wife would go in there and we'd buy like different furniture, whatever, kind of getting the house set up. And this thing was always there. I knew it was for sale. I saw it for about 3 years, and I told my wife every single time,
I want that.
I'm buying that thing, right? So we managed to get all this stuff done. And so my reward to myself was I bought this massive rhino head. I love the thing. It serves no purpose at all. It's literally just mounted.
Is it hanging on the wall?
It's hanging on the wall. Like I said, it is a rhino head, the size of one. So it's
how big is this thing?
It is about it would be about where the neck starts to meet the body of the rhino is basically where it's severed. So that's the part mounted to the wall. The head itself, it extends out about 4 feet. It is huge.
Wow.
Oh, it's massive, dude. You can't miss it. And the kids have named it Eleanor. So even when you walk in the house, they'll say Eleanor, and everyone in the family knows what they're talking about. But it's fantastic, but again, serves no purpose at all. Like, so I'm sitting there watching football on Sundays, me and a kid are down there, and big-ass Eleanor.
There it is.
Right beside us, yeah.
I mean, it's art.
Yeah, it can
definitely,
be.
yeah.
The thing is,
it's unique.
It is definitely unique, and when we bought it from the place, right, because they had this thing mounted there, like I said, forever, to the point where the employees treated it more like their personal decoration than actually something for sale. So when I actually bought the thing, the guy, the sales rep, he's even like, oh, yeah, you can buy that. Then he had to get 2 other guys to dismount it so we could load it up in the vehicle. And they were kind of bummed. Even when they took it out to the car, they're like, we're going to miss this thing. I said, dude, I get it. I've been staring at it for 4 years. I don't know why anyone, including myself, likes it. You just kind of do. And I actually felt bad for buying it because these guys were kind of butthurt that someone was finally taking us off their hands. I'm like, well, I wanted it for years, man, and shockingly, no one else bought it. So there I was.
Real or fake? I like the animal heads.
Dude, it's really cool, and it's actually cast from a rhino head, so when you look at it, it looks every wrinkle, everything, even like into the ears. It's pretty crazy, man. Then the gold leaf, it's 4 feet. It's hanging in the basement, serves zero purpose other than my own amusement.
Yeah, I went to a street beach fair in Ocho Rios, Jamaica.
All right,
and that's kind of where they have a ton of wood art, but a lot of barrels around the midsection. And when you bring the barrel up or down, a giant penis.
Yeah, penis is there,
like a spring-loaded penis pops up, boing, and all the other stuff that they sell, bowls and Rastafarian type of art and all that crap. But there was a woman was sitting on the stool. And I kept looking at the stool, and I'm like, man, that is a badass stool because it was a wood that was only available in Jamaica.
Right.
It kind of had this, just the wood grain in it was unique. It kind of looked like a teak, but a Brazilian boa. It was just, and she was just sitting on the damn thing. And I'm like, ma'am, how much for the stool you're sitting on?
And she's like, crazy.
I don't know, $5. So I'm like, $5? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, I am taking this thing home with me. I am taking. She's like, you want the stool? She's like, because she had all this. I mean, she had a spread of stuff, tapestries and everything. You want the stool? And I was like, yeah, I want the stool. So this is like 10 o'clock in the morning. We end up walking down the beach. She's like, I'll be here for the rest of the afternoon. We're like, all right, when we come back down, we'll just pick it up. Yeah. I come down and give her the $5. I take the stool. This is like a Saturday or whatever. And it just fits in my suitcase. Like, it perfectly fit in my suitcase. I'm like, this is money. I didn't take everything with me that I brought there, obviously, but I got that damn thing in there. Customs had a field day going through that. Like, why did you buy this? I was like, I want this stool.
Look at their wallet.
And that was basically it. BWI. I mean, they were grilling me like, okay, they're trying to see if there was anything inside.
Of course.
All the different things. The funny thing was, not funny, but the following day, it was a weekend, so they still have this outdoor festival, I believe, is every day as far as the market goes. I mean, you could buy produce, you could buy, it's an outdoor market. Walk by her the next day, and she's standing up in the corner. Oh, no. Got nowhere to sit.
Oh, yeah, you bought her stool.
I bought her stool. She hadn't got a replacement yet. She was standing with her arms folded. And I was like, hey, I can go get the stool if you need it to sit on today. She's like, keep the stool. And I was like, okay, I can tell there's a little bitterness. Like, she didn't think this the whole way through. Because she was standing up the whole day.
She never got herself a replacement stool.
No, she did not. Well, I mean, not while I was there.
Yeah.
What if it was carved out of, like, one piece of wood?
It's in my living room right now. I've had it for years. It's the end table that I have by my chair.
Ted, I'm going to tell you something about a solid piece of carved wood. So we were in Mexico, same kind of thing. Some artist, he had hand-carved solid piece of wood. It's like this little elephant thing, all right? Maybe about the size of a loaf of bread. We're like, that is super cool. The way he painted it, we bought it. When we got to customs, I really didn't give it a thought, man. We land back in the States, and these guys pulled us out, and they're immediately like, what is that? I'm like, well, most people will call that an elephant. You can call it whatever you'd like, but most people recognize what that is. And they're shaking it, and I'm like, guys, it's not hollow. And that I never thought about the fact that they think you're a drug mule. Mm-hmm. I get it now. It makes complete sense. But I'm like, guys, it's not even hollow. But they took it off to the x-ray machine, which proved it is not hollow. There are no cavities inside of it. And they still had more questions. And I'm like, look, man, either this thing's made out of drugs, and I have no idea that it is, because it feels like wood to me, but you end up spending an additional 15 minutes just answering questions. Like, look, man, me and my wife liked it. We just bought it. You're right. I should have thought about the drug mule thing, but it's not hollow. We did buy a hollow piece about 2 years later, forgot about it. When we got it back, it had been cut at the neck.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they glued it back together. I mean, they patched it together, and there's a note in there that explained, because they're running through the x-ray machine, and this is not a solid piece of wood, right? It's a cavity in an animal shape, and I got it. And they did a good job reattaching the head, but
you can still see it. If you know, like anything else,
I wouldn't have
nobody
known.
else will know, but you know.
I wouldn't have known if they didn't put the note, but once they put the note, we're like, Jesus, man. And sure enough, I mean, it was this clean severed across.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you do home improvements. You know there's a gap there, or know it, and you're the only one who can see it. No one else can.
They always leave that note, though. That's that story about my mom gave me 2 chicken sandwiches, but she wrapped them up in foil, like 2 foil bricks, put them in a Ziploc. I didn't really think about it. Same thing. I just threw them in my bag, and then... yeah, I'm waiting for my bag, and it's got all these tags all over it. It's been searched and this and that.
Oh, you checked the chicken salad?
Yeah.
Well, because it's going to be in a cold compartment anyway.
Yeah. Thank you, Miles. Yeah. I thought I was playing it smart.
Sure. That's right. Should have taken them on carry-on. That way you could have eaten one.
Mm-hmm. I will say, wooden crab knockers. When my dad passed away, me and Chris got all the stuff out of the house. So I was like, I'm going to take some of these home. That was like a 10-minute conversation. I was like, I don't need them. Like, going just because they were in my carry-on.
Yeah.
They're like, I just don't know if you can have them on the plane.
What, are you going to whack someone in the head with a crab knocker?
They keep calling supervisors, and they're all like, boink. Never seen this one. I'm like, we're at Dulles. I just came from Maryland. I was like, it's not that odd.
Right. What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
I'll tell you right now, if you hijack a plane with a crab mallet, I'd have to give you credit. Like, look, man, I don't know what kind of badass this was, but...
I mean, they were legit just confused. I don't know. I was like, I don't know either. I'm asking.
Right. It's a crab mallet.
Right, because they're like, anything in there? Crab mallets. All right.
Everybody over. Relax. Hello, Loretta. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola. So what do you own, Loretta?
Well, we have a real human skull that's in a glass case.
All right. Why do you have that?
Because my husband, he's when he went to dental school, they had to purchase that, I guess, for some class or whatever. But
instead of textbooks, let's see, you're going to need 3 highlighters, college ruled spiral notebook, and a human skull.
Right. Now they have synthetic ones, but he graduated dental school like in the 80s. So, yeah. So it was in our house for many years before I ever even knew it. So,
how did you discover that it was in your house?
Because one of my kids was cleaning the attic, and when I got home, she was really excited and was like, "Guess what I found?"
I wonder if you could do a DNA test on that and send it into 23andMe and figure out who in the hell that is.
Find out it's a cousin of yours.
I got your head. Dude, I got your aunt's head in a glass box.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. I mean, I think he said he knew it was like a male, like in his 30s, but that was like it.
Okay.
That's all the information.
You know, man, maybe do the DNA test. It would be interesting. At least see what the person looked like.
Find out where the damn thing came from. I mean, obviously, somebody donated their body to science.
Okay, let me ask you.
So the family already knows that.
All right, Loretta. All right, so say you did the DNA test. You find out it's, I don't know, Jack Lewis, right? And you can track down his family. Would you let the family know that you have the skull of a relative?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I would not either.
I don't think I would. No.
I would not want to know that.
No, me either. I wouldn't want someone to tell me, so I don't think I'd tell them.
Here's what you don't do. You don't take it out of the glass box, right? And then put it in a burlap bag and then put it in a freezer in the garage. That's the only thing you don't do with that thing.
No, it's like such a respectful thing, right, when they get those for school. And so it's all encased, and it's a really nice container, so yeah.
No, I would hope so.
It doesn't have a name on it like Dave or Fred or anything like that?
No, I asked, did you name it? And he was like, no. I'm like, well, what fun is that?
How can you not name it?
I know.
I mean, you're obviously not giving it the correct name, but yeah, there's Gary over there.
Yeah, you don't know.
Always got something to say. What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Steve-O. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, Steve, what do you own?
I don't own it anymore, but I used to have like a full-on mascot penguin suit.
What was it? Was it just a penguin suit, or were you actually a mascot for someone?
No, it was just a penguin suit that I got for a birthday, as I got it for a birthday present.
And how often did you break it out?
I used to break it out every Halloween when I go trick-or-treating with my daughter and her nieces and nephews, and I mean, it was like, like a full-on, the mascot had like size. It was really hard to see through. I'd break it out for costume parties at bars. I busted it out in a couple of concerts, like local concerts here in Spokane.
Sure.
I'd be pumped if you came to the door with your kids and you're dressed as a penguin.
Especially as an adult.
If you're wearing a onesie that basically just has like a hoodie with a penguin head on top of the hood, then, you can buy that on Amazon. But the fact that you actually have the mascot head, that changes the whole dynamic as far as the costume goes. Even if you can't see out of it.
You're right. That changes everything about it. Like,
right.
Okay.
That makes it a real mascot.
Yeah. Instead of like
those mascot
pajama
costumes,
onesie or whatever.
Right. Because there's like onesies, which is fine. Then there's like a penguin costume. But when you have that mascot thing, and those things are expensive.
Mm-hmm. They've got to be,
next
man.
level.
And have you ever worn a mascot outfit, Ted?
Negative.
Would you like to? I mean, just if the chance came up and they said, hey, man, look, we'll cut you. You didn't have to go out and perform, or maybe we'll give you 5 minutes to perform for the kids or some birthday party in a suite. Just show up, high five, take pictures, get out. Would you do it? I would in a heartbeat.
Yeah, of course.
But if you go to a game, I guarantee you rip your knee out. Something happens. You know what I mean? Like, if they're saying, like, look, I just want to go to the Sounders game, man, and roam the sidelines in your penguin outfit. Next thing you know, I'm down on the ground, grabbing my knee. What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
I think it depends on the level.
Right, so like
of the sport and stuff.
Like AAA,
yeah,
probably okay.
Even if they just said run out on the field, I'm like, I'm going to rip my knee out.
It depends on the size of the feet.
Here we go.
That'd be my decision.
Exactly.
Like if it's my feet, I can do that, man. If I got to wear big feet, I'll end up on ESPN and not for a good reason.
A couple of the weird things that people say.
I'd be Otto tomorrow in a second.
Who's Otto?
The Syracuse Orange Man.
Oh,
God,
yeah,
Jesus.
dude, for sure.
An Iraqi banknote with Saddam Hussein's face on it.
All right.
I brought that back. A 48-star U.S. flag.
That's pretty cool.
That would be. I have a walrus penis, guys. Another one. A fairly large, extremely well done, extremely naked portrait of me lying on a couch done in pencil. My ex-girlfriend did it back in the day, but I still have it hanging above my fireplace. So when you walk in this guy's house, he's got a picture of himself naked, pencil sketched, laying on a couch.
That's kind of cool.
I hope he's winking at least.
What else? Own a wooden bottle opener that's carved as a penis.
Mm-hmm.
A 6-foot-tall paper-mache giraffe is in my game room. Another one says a pinguina, which is a penguin that you fill with wine and then pour out of its beak into wine glasses. So it's an actual taxidermed penguin.
Oh, it's an actual, wow.
But it has a vessel in the middle of it, and you pour the wine out of the beak of the penguin into the wine glass.
Who wouldn't want that?
Bulletproof spandex. I'm a speed skater. It's mandatory safety attire. And
bulletproof?
I guess
I'm
so.
against bullet resistant, but I
why does a speed skater need bulletproof on?
Yeah, people are always trying to kill him.
I know that this is the craziest thing, but it's pretty funny. Guys, I share a very, very, very realistic artificial turd with my partner. It shows up when I least expect it in various places when I'm alone. Then I take it and hide it somewhere where my partner will then find it when I'm not around. We've been doing this back and forth for about a year, and never have we once talked about it.
That makes it even better.
What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
You're talking about like just wooden penises, big thing in Jamaica there, and bottle openers, etc. So I did not know this about Italy. Italy has a very sexual history, okay? So we went to Pompeii. Very cool experience. It's everything that you've heard about, and there's a lot more to it than that. And you go through this thing, it's a pretty dark thing considering what happened, but the civilization itself pretty sophisticated, and they were all about the sexy time. Make no mistake about that about Pompeii. You really don't know that until you get there, right? So you go through this whole tour, and at the very end of the tour, the last thing you see is the actual versions of all the pictures you've seen, right? So the couple that's embracing as
the guy
dying.
masturbating.
The guy masturbating is there. The little kid. And the little kid is pretty much the last thing you see before you step out of this exhibit, okay? So everyone who's there is excited to be there because it's Pompeii. When you get to that part, it is a little heavy. And just, to see a child as he died. And right, so exactly how you feel right now, that exact face, that's how you feel. It's just heavy. And then you open this door to step out, and it's like a farmer's market of nothing but wooden penises. And your mind is just, right? So like I said, it's somber. It is heavy. Oh, my God. I mean, this is a child, man. This child, I've seen the picture, but to see it in real life is heavy. And you pop this door open, and it's like, do you want the penis? But it's everybody, man. And you're just like, what? There's no break from it. It's just you step to the exit, and it's just wooden penis, everything. Penis, massive deal in Italy. So if you go to Italy, one thing you'll see is a single chili pepper, kind of like the Chili's logo, right? And it's kind of everywhere. And as it was explained, they were all about the penis. Everything was penis. Penis, penis, penis. When Catholicism took over and the Pope visited that part of the country, obviously they're like, yo, man, you can't just have penises out. That's kind of against what we're doing here. And they were like, hey, cool, don't even worry about it. So they started using the chili pepper. That was their joke on the church. They said chili pepper basically in Italy represents a penis. So it's anywhere you go. If you see a single chili pepper, it's a throwback to the days of the penis. Okay. I did not know that until we went there. And, man, you leave Pompeii, the first thing they want to say, a penis. What kind of penis do you want? A salty shaker, the bottle opener, just a wooden penis, a penis light, a penis beer holder, penis.
That's fusilli, right, Ted? What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Getting help for mental health shouldn't be as hard as it is. Thankfully, Mindful Therapy Group is here to make your mental health journey as painless as possible. Be seen in as little as 48 hours for in-person or telehealth appointments. Mindful partners with thousands of licensed clinicians to find the perfect fit for you. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance, so you can focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the kitchen, like appliances and cookware. You'll have money left over for a sauce pot, so you can make your mom's famous gravy recipe. Yuck. Or at least try to. Or that cutting board for the ultimate holiday party buffet.
Is that a charcuterie pyramid?
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
Rock
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
So spooky! Taryn Daly's T-Mix, no Daily Mix Morning Show Cut Up. We'll sit and spin. We got 10 characters that you will see on Halloween. Mike's going to play a snippet of the tune. It is up to us to determine what the monster or character is associated with the song.
Okay, all right.
That is coming up at 4:30. We will sit and spin right after emails on our question. What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Whitney. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I own poison dart frogs.
Okay, you do own those. So we brought it up earlier, and some people texted in and tell me if this is correct. They say, look, poison dart frogs are not poisonous outside of their natural habitat. Anyone that you purchase in the U.S. perfectly safe to touch. If bred in captivity, poison dart frogs, they don't get the poison skin. They get it from the rainforest plants where they're native.
That is 100% correct, because if the bugs that they're eating are feeding off the poisonous plants, then that goes into their body and they get the poison. But if they're bred in captivity, like, for example, I feed mine fruit flies. Fruit flies are not poisonous. They're not being fed a poisonous diet, so therefore the ones bred in captivity are not poisonous.
How do you get the fruit fly? Like, look, I mean, everyone I know's got fruit flies, but none of us are buying them. So, I mean, do you go to a place to buy them, or just sort of like a rotten banana in the tank?
Well, I go to my local pet store where the guy who I got my frogs from actually cultures fruit flies himself and sells them at the local pet store. So I just know where the source of my flies are coming from, which is nice. I could technically do it myself, but it just takes a lot of space and a lot of effort to.
What do any of the fruit flies escape?
Out. Yeah,
right? I mean, it seems like so
the ones that I buy are actually bred to be flightless, so they don't fly around, which is nice.
All right.
So then they just kind of hop if they escape. I get every once in a while. They're little, so they might escape every once in a while, but I usually just catch them.
What do you do with them?
Like what I do with the frogs, they just
do you have races in a living room, or kind of like
I wish that
like
would
corgi
be so
races
fun.
Or whatever. Babies crawling.
I do have 2 cats, so they're cat TV, great cat TV,
and the cats leave them alone.
So they know not to get on top of the tank, but I'll let them look inside and pretend like they can get.
How long do you think that frog would last if it jumped out of that tank?
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Oh, with my cats, it maybe last, if he was lucky, an hour.
All right.
Most likely about 10 minutes.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even give that thing an hour.
Okay.
And how many frogs do you have, and what colors are they?
I currently have 4. I have 2 of 2 different varieties. I have a bumblebee variety, which is just a black and yellow striped. And then I have cobalt blues, which are like lime green blue with black spots.
Yeah, those are the cool-looking ones, I think.
I mean, they are cool-looking frogs as far as frogs go.
Yeah, in the world of frogs, they are cool-looking frogs.
Do they stink? Do they smell?
No. I also, the terrariums I keep them in are bioactive, so they got live plants in there. They got isopods, keeping the soil nice and fresh, cleaning up all the waste. And they're pretty, once you get the tank cycled and functioning like a little rainforest, it's really easy to maintain. You just got to clean the glass every once in a while.
And how long does your average poison dart frog exist in captivity?
If you keep them pretty well, they can live up to be 8. I've had mine for 3 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay. And I'm just curious. People come up with cool names for dogs. They come up with crazy names for cats. What have you named your frogs?
The 2 yellow ones are Agent and Phil, named after a scene in Iron Man.
Okay.
And my other 2 are Tangerine and Lemon, after a bullet train.
Okay.
All right.
Just curious.
Interesting.
Other than Kermit, I don't know any frogs that have been named.
What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Tyler. Welcome to the men's room. Hello, Tyler.
No Tyler.
Throw him back on hold. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
So before I get to the 2 kind of weird items, back to the Jamaica thing, my buddy came back from Jamaica. He got me a ashtray that had a monkey on it with a Rasta hat with his pants down and a big old banana shot glass that said Jamaica on it. When you took the shot glass off, it was just a big old monkey wang hanging over your ashtray.
I don't know what it is, Jamaica and Italy, but they love penises.
Mm-hmm. And it's never small.
Oh, God, no.
Proportionally speaking to whatever the statue is, yeah. It's always a little bit bigger.
Well, Jamaica's probably look, we already have a reputation.
Right, exactly.
We're going to perpetuate it.
Halfway through.
That's it, yeah.
But anyway, so the first little small object, actually, I took a bunch of those to a engagement party, and I put them in what I normally bring to, which is a shopping basket from...
Wait, say that again, man. Your phone just broke up. And...
Kind of move stuff from his boat and all of that, so he gave me that, but he had a bunch of those. But the one that I told Mike about, do you guys know those metal kid assist bowling ramps?
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife acquired one from her work was going out of business, which was a retirement home. They use it for the old people in wheelchairs. And now I have one sitting out at my house, and my people occasionally ask, why do you have that? And I said, it's the same reason why I have a movie theater popcorn machine and a Wii, because we got it for free.
Why? Do people know what it is when they see it?
No, they had no idea, except for my dad this time. I honestly had no idea what it was to begin with. But we took my kids bowling this weekend, and they used one. I was like, no freaking way.
I've got one. I gotta ask, how did you acquire the movie theater grade popcorn machine?
So that was the what you want to call it? That was the nursing facility's popcorn machine, and they were just getting rid of it. She put a sticky note with her name on it, and they were like, yep, come on, pick it up. So, yeah, full rolling cart. It does the whole, pour over, all that good stuff.
I was going to say, is the popcorn better than you can just make regularly?
Oh, 100% better. When we break that thing out, it's legitimately, you don't notice the difference between that and, going to a cinema.
Huh. Right. All right. Okay. All right.
What does it say? Are you just using regular popcorn kernels, dump it in, heats it up, and that's it?
No special oil?
So you use not the parental oil, but the popcorn oil you can buy at cash and carry.
All right.
And then the trick is, honestly, and I think this might be the secret to it, there's this orange box of movie theater salt that comes in a huge freaking box, probably a quart to like a half gallon, and that I'm pretty sure is the secret spice that makes the popcorn taste like movie theater, like actual popcorn.
Do you put that in the oil or do you put that on afterward?
So you put that on after, so it's like as soon as it gets on, so you put the oil and popcorn in the actual cauldron, then when it pops out, you just take a little shaker, sprinkle it on top, shake it up a little bit, pop it in your bowl, and it's legitimately fresh popcorn. It's pretty awesome.
I would live on that.
I know, me too. I was just thinking, there's such a difference in movie theater popcorn.
I mean, the thing I look
also
most forward to...
the butter, too. You need to get
I think the butter goes a long way.
The thing I look most forward to about going to the movie theater, and I do it rarely. I've done it more now that I have kids, but honestly, it's the popcorn. So most of the time I go to the theater, not every movie sucks, but it's not a movie I would have chosen to see. But I'm like, you know what, man? I'm going to get that big-ass bucket of popcorn. One thing I forget about my son, I have to get 2 extra larges because he'll take one down, I'll take one down. So it's... And then mom and the sister, they can reach in when they want some. But, yeah, we...
I always ask the lady or the guy working the counter, I'm like, can you do me a favor? Can you fill that up halfway with popcorn?
And then butter.
Then put butter on. And then fill it back up and then put butter on it.
Yeah,
I want butter in the middle.
I do too, man.
I don't want... Because I know that between my kids or the ex-wife, they're going to pick all of the butter, good stuff off the top. And then when I get to the bottom, they will have eaten all the buttered popcorn.
Yeah, and you get the dry stuff.
And I'm sitting there with crap. So that
I agree. I like butter and salt. Last time I went to a movie theater this summer, it didn't even seem like you had to ask. I didn't add any extra butter. It was buttery and salty.
Yeah, come on, man.
What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803
Plus, honestly, popcorn at home has come a long way, right? There's popcorn shops, so you go down to Cobb's Market, you'd find popcorn. But, I remember as a kid, Jiffy Pop, then there was microwave popcorn. God, I sound old. But, there wasn't a popcorn setting. You burnt it all the time. It just sucked.
Every single time.
And then now you can get, movie theater butter popcorn and this and that, and it's awesome.
Did you ever get the air popper?
Oh, man.
That was a letdown. You were excited because you got to watch it pop.
Well, it was new at the time.
It was just dry.
It was dry.
It wasn't as good.
But you did not have the ability to make popcorn unless you had a stove.
Right.
So, and if your mom would let you make it or whatever the deal is, but just being able to turn that thing on, zzz, it heat up. There was a little butter tray on top.
Yeah.
You could put butter on the top of that if you wanted to.
I told you, my Aunt Barbara, she would just take off the top, and we would put down a bed sheet. And she'd just let it pop out in the living room.
Yeah, as a kid, that had to be awesome.
Right. As kids, we thought it was awesome. In retrospect, I'm like, I bet that popcorn tastes like crap because there's nothing on it.
That's probably why I should do it.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know what I mean?
It would entertain us for however long it took for the popcorn to fly out.
Do they still make Jiffy Pop?
It's like a food puzzle for kids.
They still make Jiffy Pop?
Yes.
They do.
I'm almost positive.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, everyone I know do microwave popcorn. Maybe you actually do the old style, and I should do it on the stove. I just don't know the last time I've seen Jiffy Pop used.
It's nostalgia-wise, it's still good and buttery. You can add butter to it.
It's a good stuff.
You know what? It helps if you have an electric stove.
Okay.
That's the only thing I'd say. Gas is okay, but it tends to... You really need to work it.
Yeah.
Because at least with an electric burner, it's a little bit more even as far as the heat distribution.
Okay.
So with a gas, it's just firing up in that one pocket. And
I'm going to have to buy some Jiffy Pop just to do it.
They have it hanging, man. I mean, they still hang it like in a rack. So.
All right.
Yeah. What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Nicole. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. So, I recently gotten divorced, and I got the house. And I was cleaning out some closets. He left actually about 6 years ago. And right after he retired from the military, his affair came out because you can get in a lot of trouble for having an affair in the military. And he was an officer. Well, inside this closet that I cleaned out were all of the military directional nautical charts for the Army boats that he was the ship's captain for.
Okay.
And they're all in my house.
Is it cool, or would you be fine without it?
Are you allowed to have that?
So he's retired now, and so these maps are retired.
Okay. All right.
The boat actually, the ship that he was the officer for was retired, I think, 3 years ago.
All right, but I still would think it's more about where the boat traveled.
Right.
So it's more about the route it took more so than if the boat's commissioned or not. Right, that's what I'm saying. If
it's
you
the
see...
route. So what, I know that he had, when he brought them home, he had, some sort of sentimental attachment to them, but the house is mine and everything in the house is mine.
Well, do you have any kids? Did you guys have any kids?
What's that?
Did you have any children together?
We have 2.
All right, well, maybe that's something that they would want, like later on in life, to remember what their dad did.
So here's what I'm going to do. Our kids are grown up, married. You know, my youngest daughter just had twins. But I'm redoing their bedrooms. So when the grandkids come to visit, they have nice space to sleep. So
don't make it too comfortable.
Well, they don't do it. So you don't do that for your own kids.
Yeah, don't make it too comfortable. I'm telling you right now.
You make your kids' room
right?
nice
so
when your kids have
I'm
kids.
Cutting out, I'm cutting out all the white space from these charts, and I'm using them as wallpaper.
Oh, wow. All right. Okay.
In their rooms.
Just know that they'll never be able to use it in any other way. Once you put it on the wall, man, it's
sure.
I mean, it's
kind of cool and interesting, though.
We had
a family member. He's passed now, but he was in World War II, and he had these maps of like Nazi movements, right? Because they had captured some Nazis, and he was supposed to make them go away.
Yeah,
he kind of is like, I don't know if I could do this, whatever. Basically, just don't come back. So the 2 of them run off. The one guy comes back and is like, here.
Oh, really?
This will help your side because this will show you where they are.
Oh, wow.
Damn. And he still had them. So, I mean, I was a kid when I saw him, but it was pretty cool to see him.
That's pretty intense, man.
Dude, the coconut that my grandfather pulled off the Bikini Atoll. So in the basement, there's a box of his military stuff, and it's wool stuff, dress, whites, all those different things as far as the Navy goes, and all the awards that he won, which I can't really identify, but they're all from World War II. But that damn coconut, man, you shake it, it's still got liquid in it. It's still got coconut milk. That was what 1940, 50, whatever. I mean, it's still got coconut.
Well, the war ended in 45.
Yeah, well, it's still got milk in it.
But were they testing during the war? Yeah, I guess they had to before they dropped it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of that stuff is super cool, right? I mean, I'm a bit of a history nerd, so I love it, right? But, like, my brother didn't really care, so I have, like, my dad's, like, ring from, like, officer candidate school, like his Bronze Star, and a couple other things.
That is cool.
That is cool, man.
What thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brad. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor pudding.
Hola.
Yeah, so some years ago, I came into possession of a human tibia and femur.
All right.
Tibia. Yeah, took me a second.
Yeah, I heard you.
What?
Yeah. You got a human tibia?
How did you get your hands on these?
So my grandpa opened a chiropractor clinic in the 60s in Bellevue, and then my uncle took it over. And about 4 or 5 years ago, he decided to retire and sell the building to a pot shop. So I go and help him clear everything out, all the tables and everything. And he's like, yeah, if you see anything that you might want, just let me know. And I saw those bones, and he was like, oh, yeah, those were Grandpa's medical specimens, show people, like, how exactly bones work and what they look like, the fact that they're porous, all that. So I'm just like, man, those would look really cool. Like, I keep my record player inside this fancy glass and metal case that was originally built for Nordstrom's. And on top of that are 2 crossbones.
All right.
Have you thought about, like, maybe at Thanksgiving, just to weird people out, like, I don't know, stir the mashed potatoes at one of them, something like that?
You know what? I'm thinking maybe more centerpiece.
Oh, not a bad call,
or
man.
just stick it out of the butt of the turkey. Something like that.
There you go.
Yeah, bone-in ham. Whatever you got going on. Okay.
I like it.
There is something interesting about medical stuff. I don't know why. You know what I mean? To say, man, this hospital closed, and, like, for God's sake, I would end up taking a wheelchair. Do you want the wheelchair? You know what? I do. I want the wheelchair.
My grandmother's got all her nursing stuff, her stethoscopes, all the, even just reflex, those little rubber,
the little rubber mallet things.
I would like a stethoscope.
It still works. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Put it in. It's like,
listen to something somewhere. Mm-hmm. That's the weird thing about them. Like, honestly,
blood pressure, things that you put around your arms.
But, like, when we were a kid,
pump on them.
I got one of those, too.
When we were kids, we got our hands on a stethoscope for like 3 weeks, and it was just a matter of, we'd, like, try to spy on my parents, spy on each other, because you'd hold it up to the door, and whatever someone was doing on the other side, it was definitely amplified.
Oh, yeah.
But the only thing was, like, but if you knew someone was there, it's like, hey, seriously, like, don't knock on the other side of the door or something.
It'll blow you up.
It'll absolutely.
If I had a stethoscope on and I had Mike take his shirt off and I listen, I guess you don't have to take his shirt off. Sorry, Mike. But I think they do, and I listened to his back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never know what the doctor's listening for. Would I be able to tell?
He wants you to breathe in. Yeah, he wants you to breathe in and breathe out so he can hear if there's any kind of raspiness or anything that would maybe be a sign of infection or,
all right,
your lungs not working properly.
Or hear a little voice.
I just always wonder, is there a dog in there?
Damn right.
No, like you wonder, like, is there something specific or is it just like, you'll know if something's wrong?
Maybe that's it, man. Like, look, I don't know where it is in your body, but that doesn't sound right.
Coming up at 4:30, Taryn Daly, Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show will join us. We'll sit and spin. And today we have 10 characters that you will see on Halloween. And we've got your emails coming up next in the men's room at KISW.com.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the kids, like arts, crafts, games, and tech. You'll have money left over for some new board games to boost the kids' confidence.
You won again.
Or that multi-voice changing megaphone so you can really spread the cheer.
Happy holidays.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Life can be hectic, and managing your mental health is more important today than ever before. That's why Mindful Therapy Group's mission is to take the difficulty out of finding a therapist. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Our compassionate therapists specialize in helping you navigate stress, anxiety, ADHD, OCD, and so much more. With both in-person and telehealth appointments available, you can get the support you need in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group also accepts most insurance plans, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Mindful mental health providers offer services for children, teens, adults, and seniors seeking individual, family, or couples therapy. Whatever you need, we're here for you. Join us to start your journey to a healthier and happier you. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com or call 562-MINDFUL to get started today.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday athletic gifts like bikes, tents, and outdoor gear. you'll have money left over for a premium yoga mat so you can try to touch your toes by New Year's.
Almost there.
Or snowshoes so you can hike to your super secret spot to find the perfect tree. Aha! Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Are you a bartender that dreads the phrase, hey, can you put the game on? At Sports on What, we understand your pain and we're here to help. Over-the-air, satellite, cable, or streaming, Sports on What knows what channel the game is on, and you can too. Follow your favorite teams, set alerts, and filter by provider to get the results you need. Stop wasting time searching and never miss kickoff again. Just download the Sports on What app, and you'll always know how to watch the game. Available for Android and iOS. Start your 7-day free trial when you download Sports on What and subscribe today.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Coming up at 4:30, 10 characters you will see on Halloween as we will sit and spin with the Daily Migs Morning Show. First time, though, for a few emails to The Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got
You're disgusting. From our question, what thing do you own that makes people ask, why do you own that? This one comes in from Christy. She says, I have 2 African pygmy frogs, and here they are.
Hello. All right.
They're frogs
sitting on trick cereal, apparently.
In an aquarium.
Looks like Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, Fruity Pebbles.
Pooty Freddles.
Yeah, Pooty Freddles.
Pooty Freddles.
Tell me that's not a future football player.
Yeah.
My name Pooty Freddles. I went to the Ohio State University.
The U.
Sounds like something Pootie Tang would say. Pooty Freddles.
Daniel says, guys, I've been collecting DVD, Blu-ray movies and TV shows. I'm up to about 400 plus, especially since a lot of people purge out movies because of streaming. I specifically like collecting hard-to-find stuff like Air America, the original, and Nicolas Cage's Gone in 60 Seconds, etc. When the zombie apocalypse hits and the internet is down, I'll be watching movies.
I like the idea of that. You know, zombies outside, people freaking out, and he's like, keep it down, everyone. I'm watching Con Air.
I wouldn't have much to do. I could read some books, but...
Like, I'm of no help to you.
But if there's no electricity, how's he going to play them?
Oh, you're going to use that battery-operated radio you have and listen to our show.
Yeah, because I'll be here doing that.
It's supposed to be in the zombie box.
Positive Friday.
I read everything about earthquakes, zombie box. You're supposed to have a battery-operated radio. So in case the S hits the fan, if there's emergency alerts that need to go out, we will still come into work. The end of the world could happen, and we will still have to come in here and tell you which people are dying first and where to avoid.
Yeah, but we typically don't cover hard news. So I think it'd be more like, look, we know the zombie apocalypse is going on, but today's question, what's the biggest turd you ever see?
Yeah, just grab
There's a goddamn apocalypse. That EAS test better go off.
Grab your Campbell soup can and a string and give us a call. Steve, you might be able to help with this one.
Oh, it would take him almost 3 hours to walk here from my house.
Oh, really?
And with the zombies out there, you know. Hey, man, I'm running late. I'm hiding from zombies. They're everywhere.
Guys, I have an original 1982 Area Pro 2 SB1000 bass guitar on my wall. It's exactly like the one John Taylor played in the early 80s.
Let me guess who that's from.
Yes, I do play it. Someday, I might do it justice. That from Trista.
Yeah, Trista's been going on about John Taylor from Duran Duran, basically as long as our show's been on, all right? And look, I'm a bass player, and that is a quality bass, make no mistake. But anyway, they were here, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, Duran Duran. So my wife, massive Duran Duran fan. I don't hate them.
I'm a massive Duran Duran fan.
Let's go. And Trista, after that show, I think I may even emailed him. I'm like, listening to John Taylor during that show, I never gave that guy enough credit. He is outstanding on bass.
I'm going to keep my 80s wave alive tonight. I'm going to go to see Jesus and the Mary Jane.
Oh, that's right.
And the Psychedelic Furs. Let's see. Moving on.
Paramount tonight, Ted.
Jesus and the Mary Jane, not Jesus and the Mary Jane.
Jesus and the Mary Jane?
It's actually Jesus and the Mary Chain, but I said Jesus and the Mary Jane. They're
This is an old school band.
Yeah, 80s
All right.
wave. You would know a few of their songs from soundtracks and other stuff. Back in the Rat Pack type days.
Yeah.
A little bit after that, maybe. On to the birthday request. Ola, please help me wish a very happy 34th birthday to my beautiful wife, Alyssa. She's an amazing mom to our 3 kids and the best partner in crime. So can we get a what the F is that, bro? A, your penis is too small, and the dirty Germans to prepare her for the real present Daddy wants to give her. Thanks, guys. That from Aya.
Oh, my God! What the is that, bro?
Aya? Something.
Yeah, either way, tonight I get the feeling he's going to kiss the Alyssa. But maybe I'll stop there so I don't get thrown off the radio. And the South Mouth.
So it's the South Mouth. Yeah, let's see, Milano and...
Yeah. Yeah, that is a great term for that. I like that.
Good times. All of today is my husband, Dan, the man's 37th birthday. He's a big weirdo with a big heart. We've been together 13 years, and let me tell you, he just keeps getting weirder, and I love it. Rock on, babe. Can you please wish him a happy birthday with a hot potato song by the Wiggles? No, we're not playing the hot potato song by the Wiggles. You play the hot potato song from the Wiggles for him.
Do we even have the hot potato song?
I don't think so.
We have fruit salad, I think, but not the hot.
Can we get some dirty dad jokes from Miles and the dirty Germans talking about grizzly bears? That from your hot wife, Jen. Thanks, guys. Been listening to you guys since day one. We appreciate that, Jen. Thank you. All right, let's see here. A couple dirty dad jokes.
Dirty.
Uh-huh. What did Nala say to Simba in bed? What did Nala say to Simba in bed?
I don't know.
Mufasa.
And protein.
Well,
okay. That's better than I thought.
Mufasa. How did Burger King get Dairy Queen pregnant? Again, how did Burger King get Dairy Queen pregnant?
Took her to In-N-Out?
He forgot to wrap his Whopper tape.
Oh, he took her to In-N-Out.
What's 6 inches long and has 2 nuts at the end? What is 6 inches long and has 2 nuts at the end?
I don't know.
An almond joy. I'll give you 2 more.
You got like almond joy to get that one.
I got one more fast food joke, but I'm saving it to the end.
All right.
What did Cinderella do when she got to the ball?
I don't think we can say this one.
Why? When she got to the ball?
We can't say this one.
Why not?
No.
We can't.
We can't say that one.
All right. I got one more then.
I was going to say, that is the setup I think it is, right?
Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
Surely that's okay. All right.
Nothing.
Where is Peter Pan's favorite place to eat out? Where is Peter Pan's favorite place to eat out?
Oh, I'm not saying it.
I don't like it.
Wendy's.
Where'd you find that one? I haven't heard that one in years.
I'm using that today.
And guys, today's your good friend Rebecca Lee's birthday. Past couple of years, it has fallen on a weekend. So, can you guys wish her a happy birthday and keep sending us Canadian goodies and whatever else you want to say? Thanks, guys. This is from James, the love of your life dealer's choice there on Rebecca Lee's birthday.
Green bean. What?
Green bean.
Okay.
Green beans.
Uh-oh, look out.
Hi, guys. Here you go.
You, your girl, and your Johnson.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you. Wendy's.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Mmm.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday beauty gifts, like hair care, makeup, and skincare. You'll have money left over to get your bro the big bottle of cologne. Just remind him one spritz is enough. Or waterproof mascara resilient enough for watching the holiday classics. I love this part. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Schweinefly.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up in just minutes, we'll drink and toast for the shot of the day. We do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Thank you, Miles. New research into sleep behaviors in animals found that they are influenced by the animals around them.
Really?
And basically, the headline that got me to click was that humans have evolved to sleep in the same bed or something like that.
Right.
And there's different animals that if they sleep in a group, they actually sleep worse, and there's others where if they sleep in a group, they sleep better. They said, what was it, like foxes or wolves, if they sleep in the same group, then they actually get less sleep, whereas mice will actually sync up their REM.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to think otters probably sleep better.
Right.
They're going to hold hands and not drown.
And they were also talking about how humans, some people get a feeling of sleeping better even though you didn't. You got less sleep and you were more restless sleeping together, whereas you felt a sense of closeness with your companion, and so you felt like you're more rested.
Huh.
Yeah, it was an interesting little thing, but it was very wordy, and it didn't. What
about humans and dogs?
Right? I'm not. It didn't go into detail about that. It was very much a bit of a clickbait headline. Humans evolved to sleep next to each other. Like, okay, when?
Right.
None of that stuff came up. It was just like, you know what? If you sleep next to your partner. Dude, I woke up this last night. I always wake up at 3 a.m. It's when I wake up. I don't know if it's my body process and stuff. I'm usually hot, and I wake up at 3 a.m. And I needed to get up to pee, but I was laid on by all three of my animals. I had one tucked up on my side here. I had one on my leg here and one on my other leg over there. And as soon as I got up, they all just kind of fell into the empty void that I left behind.
That you've made warm and
now I can't get back into my bed.
Yeah.
So you just got to brush them off.
You have two cats?
2 cats and a dog.
Okay. I had to do that last night with the dog because my wife went to bed first. The dog will follow her. So the dog, knowing I'm not in bed, took my side. As soon as I get to bed, pull the covers tight, wedge my feet under her butt, and basically just push her to the bench at the end of the bed.
Miles, I can't tell you how great it is to be able to actually say with full confidence and ability that I have 2 cats. For several years, I had just told everybody I had one when I clearly had 2.
Okay. I was like, I only knew you to have 1 cat.
Nope. I was only saying that because I was only supposed to have 1 cat.
How did you get the second cat?
Landlords, Miles.
Oh, so you adopted a cat.
Correct.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
That's very good. Is it a good cat?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Has been for the last 7 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
A new study found that Mahjong is good for improving memory and cognitive flexibility in adults.
I would think so.
I don't think I've played it. They have it on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think it's what I would play if I just sat down and played it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play it, but yes, it would be good for your memory and everything. I mean, it's kind of what the game's about.
Right.
My mom's been playing it.
Okay. She moved into that building, like an older person building, and I was like,
huh. But she's playing it in person or on the phone?
No. They like go down and like play.
Have mahjong day.
Yeah, they have like game times and like different stuff.
But
it sounds like children. They have like activities and meals.
Yeah.
But she was like, "That's my new game."
They have a ball pit and a slide. Chicken nuggets that you can eat. They got a fridge that has it's fully stocked.
I think a slide would be bad.
That would not end well.
Man. But the way the thing is the way that it is on my phone is it's just because I'm playing by myself. It's literally just a match game basically. Here's a pile of these tiles. Match the ones that you can and eliminate them all within the pattern, sort of a thing. Is it the same thing when like? Traditionally, it's 4 people that are playing at the same time. So is it a different game altogether?
I don't know if it's all together. I know it's a little bit different is what I've heard. Like I said, I don't play, but what I did here, man, I can't remember what country it is, but traditionally at weddings, believe it or not, after the bride and groom get married, apparently mahjong is what you do.
Would it be in China?
Probably.
It came from China, so
then, yes,
that'd be
probably
that makes
China.
sense,
yeah.
right? Just an interesting tradition. Like,
it'd be like if we played bingo. Like, hey, all right, you're now married, and now let's sit down and play bingo.
Right. You guys just got married. I do. All right. Now play some Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Just sit down and play a game real quick.
What's the game? Taryn loves it.
Cribbage. Yeah.
I could fathom people at a wedding playing cribbage.
I've never played. Have you played cribbage?
Yes.
No.
Okay, I've never.
Are
played.
you?
A lot of math.
There's some math.
Okay.
But yeah, I used to play it with my dad when I was in like middle school, high school. It's been a long time, and so I'm well out of practice. But it's a fun game. It's fun.
It is
worth it.
It looks like people have fun.
Yeah.
You know,
you can get into it.
Yeah.
Doesn't she have her own cribbage board?
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. At that point, yeah.
Right. And the only 2 people that have offered to teach me are Taryn and our other friend Corey. But everybody else in the group is like, don't play with them. They're vicious.
Oh, really?
They're not going to teach you. They're just going to beat you.
Exactly. And it's one of those where if, you're trying to get as many points as possible, and then if you don't claim points, I can steal them.
Correct.
So that's how they get vicious with it.
Yeah.
That's how my dad taught as well.
All right,
I'll take those 36 points that you left on the board. It's like, thanks, Dad. That's fun.
It's like an older version of Steal the Pack.
Yeah. A new species of arthropod was just discovered preserved in fool's gold.
Preserved. Does that mean it's still alive?
No, the fossil was well preserved.
Oh, gotcha.
Just help kind of keep it intact right there.
Like I found one?
How big do they say?
Big enough to fit in a fool's gold.
Okay.
I have no idea, man.
Which is what? Pyrite, right? I believe that's what it is.
Pyrite.
Fool's gold, yeah.
Why can we not use pyrite?
Because honestly, because after the gold rush, and these guys are getting excited.
Yeah.
And they go, man, this is not gold, it is pyrite, and that's when it became known as fool's gold.
Did we actually use gold back in the day? We have definitely have uses for gold in today's world. We found a way to incorporate it into different
electronics
systems and electronics
like
and whatnot. However, back in the day, we liked it because it was shiny, right? Did we actually use it back in the day?
Well, I mean, it gave you a sense of worth. I mean, think about ancient Egypt, right?
Sure.
So gold was how to show your worth. To put it in perspective, though, understand like diamonds are a ripoff, right? Just carbon getting compressed.
Exactly.
That will happen as long as the earth exists.
Yeah.
You ain't making new gold.
Gotcha.
The gold that exists is the gold that exists, and the gold that exists isn't even from this solar system. It's from whatever star blew the F up before our solar system existed. And then that gold got absorbed into your planet or whatever planet. So, like, the gold you find, that's the gold you've got. So, it doesn't mean anything to me, but I understand that when you have a limited resource, which is what gold is, it's worth more.
But the point I'm trying to make is that back in the day, was fool's gold even really all that big of an issue? Because we liked it because it was shiny. Who cares if it's not the same chemical compound? It is still just this shiny-looking thing, right?
I think I don't know if they knew where gold came from, but they seem to understand that there's a limited amount of it. So if you're trying to pass off this stuff that looks like gold that is not gold, that's your fool's gold. Right. Because you're using it as currency of some level or, your status in life. And, you got a lot of shiny, but it ain't gold.
Yeah.
And it'd be like having money that says for motion picture only. You got stacks of cash.
Sure.
And it looks good, but it's not worth anything to them.
I mean, I think it's the same thing today. A lot of people wear gold chains that aren't gold.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But
I mean, gold goes so far back. He's talking like ancient Egypt and all that whole area of Africa.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the currency.
You bet, man.
I forget who it was or which country. Basically, the guy's going to Mecca, and then when he comes back, he's like, "Here, take some of my gold," and basically creates like an economy.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah. Instead of just being like, "We own you," you're like, "This is ours now."
Right.
You guys ever hear a phrase that you're just sick and tired of people using?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
They come and go.
What do you think it did?
I'm racking my brain. I'll come up with it. There's always one that's hot that's killing me.
Like, I never think about it until you hear it. Then you're like, if one more person frickin' says, one term everyone says now, I do it myself. I'm guilty of this. Everyone says literally. And most of the time they say literally, they mean figuratively.
Correct.
So I'm literally dying. It's like, you're hot.
Right.
You're not literally dying. You're literally hot. You're figuratively dying.
Let's go down the list.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 things you probably aren't washing enough.
Oh,
for all you germaphobes.
I figured it out, Mike. The one I hate currently is, and I'm guilty of it, I did it a few years ago, is I did a thing or we did a thing.
I do like that one.
Do you?
Yeah.
Just make the goddamn announcement.
Here we go.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 overused phrases that drive people up the wall. Here are a few of my favorites. You're ruining my life. Oh, calm down. In response to, stop chewing your nails. Last time I checked, I already have a mother. And my favorite, you're cut off. Oh, yeah? You're not the boss of me. Yes, I'll leave quietly.
Petey needs help.
I mean, I know him. I can't imagine him doing it, but the idea of him being like, I'm cut off.
You're cut off.
Yeah.
So here are the 18 overused phrases that you need to stop saying in this day and age. Says this phrase is too to highlight modernity, but often feels redundant.
I feel like I only hear that on like a news program or something where you're trying to make a point.
Right.
Yes. That's where I use it, and I'm massively guilty of that one.
The one that I don't like is when you name the year. It's 2024. It's 2025.
Right.
Is there a history book that you're reading from that I don't know about? We should be beyond this by now. Like, okay. Says who?
Yeah, based on what?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. I don't mind win-win.
I don't mind win-win.
If it's a win-win, it's a win-win.
I mean, if you mean it, then I like to hear that. Because you're telling me something I probably don't want to hear. And then when you say, dude, it's a win-win, and then you kind of explain why, you're like, all right.
Mm-hmm. Right, if you're just trying to get your point, it's a win-win. It's like, no, it's not. It's a win for you.
Right. It's a win. Honestly, and I can understand where they're going at with this one. That says this word is meant to emphasize sincerity, but much like you're literally, it can come off as unnecessary. Using it frequently can raise questions about your honesty in other statements.
I mean, I don't know people that overuse that word. Everyone uses that, but I don't know people like, honestly. Because you're right. At that point, like, okay, so you're lying.
Sometimes it can be used as like an unpopular take you have on something.
Oh, like, honestly.
Like, honestly, I don't like Chick-fil-A French fries.
Right.
And I know.
And that works.
Yeah, seriously. Like, they're fine.
You're about to give me grief, so I'm going to begin this with honesty.
Yeah, this is not a popular opinion, but I truly believe the fries suck.
Right. Don't kill me. I'm about to go against the grain.
Yeah.
But I'm going to speak from honesty, and I'm going to tell you how I really
chicken
feel.
nuggets are superior in the fast food world.
18.
I know. I almost said something. I'm like, no.
10 overused phrases that drive people up a wall. No worries. Yep.
Yeah, super guilty. I text it all the time. Sometimes I make a point to text people back, no problem. Because I say no worries too much.
Yeah, to say no worries, to me, if you say no problem, maybe it was a problem. Maybe. It's just people go, it's like when someone says you're welcome. They may or may not mean that. I feel like, hey, no problem. No worries to me. It's real casual. I feel like that's the most sincere way of saying, I don't even care. Why did you bring it up?
It's like someone says, hey, man, I'll meet you there later. Yeah. There's a bunch of people going, all right, well, they text, hey, you're not going to believe this. I had to pick up my kid, do this. Yeah. Hey, no worries.
I'll just start saying Hakuna Matata.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. Hakuna Matata, bro.
It means no worries. Take it to the next level.
That's corporate speak.
Yeah.
All things corporate speak.
Much like we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's touch base. Going forward. Again, these are
going forward
phrases.
Cross that bridge when we get there sometimes. I'll say it to myself because my mind will start running.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm worrying about something that we that has not happened.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right, but it's like, all right.
Usually, right. Also, you created a scenario that might not be the case, right, but now you start sweating it.
If it is, it's down the road. Like one day at a time.
That's right.
Yeah, people get mad at me because on that, it's always like, it is what it is.
I like that one.
But typically, I like it
I use that one all the time. It is what it is.
You say it when you're just. Usually, I say it.
It's a concession.
It's a concession, but it's a situation. I don't. If my wife's upset about something, I would not tell her. It is what it is. Me and my wife have to deal with something. You know, the kid messed up in school. Dude, it is what it is. I say that like I'm in this too. And to your point, Ted, we will cross that bridge when we get to it, man. We're in it together. It is what it is.
And all you have to do is think outside the box.
That's right.
Yeah.
But then when you do, they get mad.
It is what it is actually number 2 on the list.
Some people hate that one, but I'm with Thrill.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And then this is the number 1 overused phrase that drives people off a wall. It's often used to summarize a point, but can feel redundant. At the end of the day.
Yeah. Again, I'm guilty of that as well.
That's definitely a sports lingo.
Right.
That doesn't matter what player you talk to. Yeah, man, look, Cleveland beat us this time, but you know, at the end of the day.
Right. You still lost the damn game.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you lost.
A woman in Minnesota was just charged with a felony that we haven't heard about in a while there, Miles.
Why is that?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are going to 5:50. In the meantime, it's going to contest online for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. All right, if we made it to drinking time.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday electronic gifts like monitors, tablets, and video games. You'll have money left over for that drum set for your little drummer. And some noise-canceling headphones. Or an outdoor speaker system so the entire neighborhood can hear your holiday tunes. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Feeling overwhelmed? Struggling with mental health shouldn't be the norm. At Mindful Therapy Group, we specialize in connecting you with compassionate therapists that can support you through stress, anxiety, ADHD, and so much more. With in-person and telehealth appointments available, we can get you seen in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group accepts most health insurances, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to start your mental health journey today.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the kids, like arts, crafts, games, and tech. You'll have money left over for some new board games to boost the kids' confidence. You won again. Or that multi-voice changing megaphone so you can really spread the cheer.
Happy holidays.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And thank you, listener Trung Lee, for showing me this one. I actually saw the story, did not consider it for a shot of the day. Then he sent an email in, and I'm like, this one makes sense. And today we toast 56-year-old Dee Harrison of Suffolk, England. Now, as Dee put it, quote, I was on my way to work and noticed what I thought was something on fire through the trees, unquote. Now, it turns out it was not a fire, but that did not explain why the sky was this beautiful pinkish red. Then it occurred to Dee that only a few weeks ago, a rare display of the Northern Lights dazzled almost all the United Kingdom. So that's when she pulled out her phone and started snapping pictures. And why the hell not? Look, if you're lucky enough to see the Aurora Borealis, take pictures. Ted, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Since I missed it. Anyway, she did snap the pictures. She posted the photos to her Facebook, commenting, quote, the Aurora. Never seen it before. Well, the excitement was short-lived. When locals commented that the beautiful pink-red skies were not the result of northern lights or fires, but the reflection of the LED light units from the local tomato factory used to aid plant growth. And if you look at her picture,
it legit kind of looks like it.
It looks spectacular. But when you find out what it is, you're like, that's a tomato factory. Just kind of sucks all the excitement out of there. Yeah. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
The men's room presents Profile This.
And Steve at Thrill Hill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Devin. Welcome to the men's room. Hola. All right, Devin, I'm not even going to waste your time asking you if you know how to play. I know you do. So today, you have your choice of one of three stories. We have the wonderful world of drugs. We have interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally today, hit me with your best shot, where you guess the unconventional object that someone chose to use as a weapon.
Well, say, hit me with your best shot.
All right, I think we can all agree that it's annoying trying to eat a large Subway sub when it has not been cut in half. But one Florida man may have taken that annoyance a bit too far. The Martin County Sheriff's Office had responded to a call at one of the fast food eatery's locations in reference to a disturbance. According to the deputy, customer Alberto de Barros, he became agitated when a female Subway worker, after finding out his sandwich was not cut in half. Now, words were apparently exchanged, and Barros began causing a disruptive scene, and the employee then decided she wasn't going to deal with him anymore. Well, DeBarros, he then hopped on the phone, trying to call the store manager, but as he was talking and still melting down, he then threw something at the worker, hitting her in the mid to lower body section. The deputy says DeBarros then left the restaurant, but not before the worker was able to get his license plate number. So when the deputy tracked DeBarros down at his home, the man admitted that there had been an argument, but he couldn't quite remember if he had thrown something at the employee. Well, what helped clinch his arrest was one of the arresting deputies got to view surveillance footage from the eatery, and the deputy did in fact see DeBarros throw the object, which subsequently strikes the employee. So he was arrested, charged with battery, and released on $1,000 bond. The question is, what did he throw at the employee? Did he throw the uncut sandwich? Did he throw his soda? Did he throw a napkin dispenser? Or did he throw a bag of chips? So the sandwich, a soda, the napkin dispenser, or a bag of chips, what was his retaliation for his uncut sub?
What are we thinking, Miles and Ted?
I mean, if you're really going to make a splash, you throw a soda, Devin, so I'm going to go soda.
Soda? Ted?
Well, and I think Subway, you can get like a fountain soda or a bottle of soda.
Yeah.
You throw a bottle of soda, that would really hurt.
Yeah, they got those things full of vitamin waters and all those other juices.
They also have those big-ass cups, which wouldn't hurt, but you'd be
And there was,
pissed
but
at
there
that
was
weight.
no injuries, right?
Not that they reported in the story, no.
I'm going to go napkin dispenser.
All right.
I'll go bag of chips.
Bag of chips from Tim. What did this guy throw at the employee? An uncut sandwich, a soda, a napkin holder, or a bag of chips? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories, hit me with your best shot, although it could have been seriously, now that I think about it. Why the hell did you get into a fight?
Yeah,
could have gone either way.
I debated that.
Florida man attacked a Subway employee because they did not cut his sub in half. But the customer threw something at the employee and hit their midsection. Was it an uncut sandwich, a soda, a napkin holder, or a bag of chips?
And Devin, that's the very question that we asked you. Let us start with Miles Montgomery. You went with the old soda.
Seems like a natural thing.
It does. However, in this case, not the soda. D. Ted Smith, you want the old bag of chips?
Bag of chips,
Bag
Cheetos.
of chips. I would not throw my Cheetos. I would throw many other chips before I throw my Fritos.
They just seem harder and heavier.
They do, but they're delicious. That's just me. And the Devin, you went with the napkin holder, because why the hell not?
Oh, no.
Believe
threw
it or
the
not.
sandwich right back at him.
Yeah, he just threw the uncut sandwich back at him. He was
I
that
don't
bad
think they
about it.
have dispensers. I feel like they just throw it in the
Why
bag.
couldn't he just hand the
think you're
sandwich
right.
over and
I
say,
just
could
had
you
to-
please just cut this? Why couldn't you cut it and have it home?
He was just being that guy. I think if you just said, hey, can I get my sandwich cut? They got no problem doing that, being they have all those knives and stuff. I just think his attitude approaching it was
all right.
Yeah, the problem.
Now for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Tim.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices. You got Seth Meyers, the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Stephen Colbert, Tomlinson,
Taylor,
or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
That's right, they're the title rights guys have teams of talents and writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
TikTok food trends are changing the way we eat. One of the most popular snacks of 2024 was cucumber salad and pickles, a trend that TikTok's cucumber boy Logan Moffat is credited with starting this summer. Let me find out more and just Google cucumber boy, and I should have not done that on a work computer.
Colbert.
Yeah, Colbert.
That is Colbert.
Viral TikTok trends are changing what America eats. One of the most popular snacks of 2024 is apparently cucumber salad and pickles, a trend that TikTok's cucumber boy, Logan Moffat, is crediting with starting this summer. Let me find out more. Let me just Google cucumber boy. And I should not have done that on a work phone. There you go. Put that right back down there.
Some entertainment news. A strip club in Las Vegas is offering free lap dances to anyone in an I voted sticker on Election Day. No politics here, though. Doesn't matter if you voted for Trump or Harris. In the end, you're just there to support single moms.
I hope that's you, Ted.
That's right.
Yeah, that's me. I liked it. New York City workers could get paid sick leave and take care of their pet To which Dog said, yeah. And Cat said, I just peed in your most expensive shoes. Fallon. Colbert.
New York City workers may soon get paid sick leave to care for their pets. To which Dog said, yay! And Cat said, I just peed in your most expensive shoes.
TGI Fridays has closed a bunch of restaurants amid reports they're headed towards bankruptcy. And you can tell the end is near because they just renamed it TGI Spirit Halloween.
Fallon.
Yeah, Fallon.
Yeah, it's Fallon.
Switching gears to some business news, TGI Fridays just abruptly closed 50 more restaurants amid reports that they're heading towards bankruptcy. Yeah, you can tell the end is near because they just renamed it TGI Spirit Halloween.
We're just talking before during the song there. I said I should give my annual review of watching The Deadliest Catch. I believe it was season 20. I think it ended last week. I had it in my DVR. I'm just laughing because, you know what? Let's just lay it out there, right? It's very easy to make fun of other people's TV choices, right?
Sure.
I don't care one bit about the Real Housewives or whatever city they're in, right? I'm like, I don't know how you watch that crap, honey, right? But it's like I watch people go out there and like the stories change a little bit, but like I said, guess what? In the end, they caught some crabs.
Didn't see that coming.
It's been a few years since they've been able to actually catch crabs.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was king crab that was cut off or I
want to say they cut off king crab up until last year, and they
snow
just
crab,
opened
right?
snow
But
crab again.
they have bared eye snow crab, which is different.
Okay, all right.
Because there's snow crab, and then the bared eye is like a version of it that's a little bit better. I already like crabs, but like Deadliest Catch, I do. I eat them all the time. I would eat crab meat as much as I could if it, just wasn't super expensive. But there is slight differences in all the flavors of the different ones.
Sure.
But Miles, you said you were watching an episode 2, and it's like, yeah, listen, something's going to go wrong with the boat. A couple of the captains are going to fight with each other. Like it's kind of the same thing over and over, but they catch the crabs.
So it's like your Real Housewives.
Yeah.
The drama is roughly going to be the same, but in the end, they caught crabs.
Yeah, and I don't know why. Like, we were talking, right? Like, we've had a few of those people on the show. We've had Keith Coburn on the show, right? I have sat with him in games. Hell, I've run into him at a famous kind of bar in Miles' neighborhood. So, like, I know him, but I also know that at some point in the show, he's going to piss off like, there's a couple captains he does not work with.
Right.
And you know what's happening, but when they go to commercial break, I'm just like, Jesus, man, what is going to happen here? I don't know. What is this? Yeah, so I mean, it's just one of those. And trust me, next summer, I'll be watching it again.
Watch it again, yeah.
And they've got a crew on every boat. I mean, I'm talking about the
camera crew, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how many guys they got working that show, but they do have a camera on every boat. I'm assuming he's not solo. There might be one other person with him.
Right.
But I figure it's got to be 10 to 12 people just filming them when they're out.
Per boat?
No, I mean, just total.
Right.
So like
that's why they have, because there's plenty of other people that fish up in that fishery, as they call it, that we just don't see on TV and everything. But yeah, I'm just like, man, I don't know. Like, I can't get past it. Like, I think it's going to change. Like, I don't think it's going to change. I know exactly what it's going to be, but I'll be pumped next summer when it's back. I'm like, here we go again.
I cannot believe all those boats come right back into Ballard. Name your favorite place to get Alaskan king crab or snow crab in Seattle. I'll give you a minute.
I'm with you, because there is those places up there. Yesterday we were talking a little bit. We were talking about the MLS. I did watch the playoff game last night. Good for the Sounders.
Sure.
But again, kind of weird. Game just ended, and then they went to penalty kicks. No extra time or whatever. Luckily they won. They hit all their kicks and everything. And it's kind of one of those things too where, like, I feel like penalty kicks have just changed.
What do you mean?
Like back in my day, man, like, I got up there and blasted it. Now it's like a lot of cute stuff. They're dancing around.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, they're chipping it and this and that. And luckily, the one guy that tried to blast it from Houston just missed.
Did he miss entirely?
Yeah.
That's a bad look, dude.
It is. It's one of those things, right? Like in baseball, there's a few cardinal rules, but like when I'm like, as far as I know baseball, like you don't look at the third strike.
Right.
Right? At least take a cut at it. So PKs in soccer is kind of the same thing. Like the goalie statistically is not going to stop it, but if he does, good for him.
Sure.
If it hits a crossbar, still not that great. But if you just don't get it on frame at all, like the look of that guy's face, he just looked at his teammates like, yep, I royally screwed that one up.
Yes, airball in basketball. Well, you didn't even touch the backboard. Like, come on.
My thing is a free throw, because that's all they do
Right,
in
when you
our
just
head when
whiff.
we were coaches. Like, it's free. It's called free, Montgomery. A free throw. I know, Coach. That was my bad.
Yeah, it's the charity stripe.
It's free. Yeah. They call it, there's nothing else in sports called free. A free kick. That's not free.
Well, look at Tabatha. Not granted, doing a lap around a basketball gym is not nearly the same as, running around a baseball diamond or a football field. But that was one of the things. At the end of practice, you had to hit 10 free throws. And if you missed one, you had to do a lap and start back over.
All right.
Right? And it's after, and this is after your practice, after all the conditioning. Because basically, people hit free throws. You know what? Most people, if they're good, when they miss them is when there's 4 seconds left. You're sucking wind. You're tired as hell.
Yeah.
And you got to hit that free throw.
Or that new wall in Inuit Arena. Jeez, my God, that's a weird one.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of like it. So colleges have been doing this for years now, building different arenas. Like Maryland specifically, their student section is like that. And then they have these giant flags they bring down, almost like a TIFO. But they make sure the other team in the second half has to shoot at that end.
Yeah.
Which is also just kind of crazy, too. And for the average person, I don't know when you're going to do it because it's very rare to see them like at a pickup court or whatever. But like just shooting on those courts is odd too. Number one, the backboard's clear.
Yeah,
and then there's just so much space around you.
Typically on a regular court, man, that board is about 2 to 3 feet away from the wall. So you have a back view more. So when you shoot basketball in an arena, I've done it. It really messes with your depth perception completely.
Yeah, it's wild. We were talking a little bit there about Cucumber Boy and the jokes. Does anybody in this room have a favorite celebrity chef?
I do not. I mean, I appreciated Bourdain when he was around, but it wasn't so much about what he cooked as opposed to what he ate.
Yeah, same with me.
You knew he was a chef.
Fieri's got restaurants, but I just kind of like watching the show and watching him go to different places.
I've watched enough Beat Bobby Flay that I like him. I've been forced to watch that show enough. He just really enjoys cooking in the competition of cooking, and I admire him.
Yeah, and I don't know what the line is between celebrity chef and like celebrity food guy. It's like I like Adam Richman, the original Man versus Food guy.
Yeah.
He's got other shows and stuff. The only real drawback to him is he's a Tottenham fan. But like he's worked in kitchens, but I don't know if he counts as a celebrity chef. But, like, if that dude came over to your house, I bet he would make you an amazing meal.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like, my guy Cooking with Daryl that I watch online. He's not a chef. He's just a dude that cooks at his, in his backyard and stuff. But they took a poll. Gordon Ramsay was America's favorite chef at 40%. I will say, if I watch a show, he's got one where he travels around to different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And then he has a challenge with a local who could impress more locals with what they cook.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I really just like when he was in Maine. Because they're like, you're not a real Mainer. Rachel Ray, a lot of people like her. Bobby Flay, and then rounding out top 5 was Martha Stewart and Emerald Lagasse. Bam! They also said Americans are willing to spend $340 to eat a 3-course meal prepared by their favorite chef.
Sure. I mean, if it's your favorite chef and you've always wanted it, like, if you get the opportunity, yeah.
I'm 100% in.
Yeah, I mean, come on. This is someone you've been watching.
Right, if somebody said $340 and Gordon Ramsay's going to come to your house and cook in your kitchen, first of all, he'd probably be pissed. You need better pans. I'm like, Gordon, just cook the meal, dude.
But I brought you veal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, that seems like money you'd spend. All right, let's see. You could watch the World Series. Look, Game 1 was unreal. Game 2 was great. Last night, I'm not sure the Yankees really care anymore. They got to win a game. But you got that going for you tonight. You got some random college football. The Kraken are playing, but they're in Montreal. So they might already, I don't even know where that game is at, but second period. All right, so you can still check out a little bit of it.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday athletic gifts like bikes, tents, and outdoor gear. You'll have money left over for a premium yoga mat so you can try to touch your toes by New Year's.
Almost there.
Or that Pro Series 2-person sled with titanium alloy skis. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
Our top story, we go to Minnesota where old felonies die hard. A video was uploaded to YouTube and is gaining some traction as it's titled, quote, "Rustling is still a thing." And tells the story of a woman that stole a sheep.
That's unbelievable.
Officers were called to the scene after someone spotted the woman walking a dog and a sheep. When questioned about the farm animal, she told officers that she had bought the sheep, but the man with her admitted to officers that she had climbed over a fence of a nearby farm, leashed the animal, and pulled it through the fence.
Jesus.
The sheep was seized and returned home in good condition, and the woman was arrested for felony rustling.
You wanted a sheep so bad that you got a felony.
Right.
It's a sheep.
And I feel like rustling is just for livestock. Don't quote me on this, but
I don't hear it any other
They don't
time.
say you dog wrestle or wrestling. You just stole a dog.
Right. You stole a dog. You stole whatever good. You rustled a sheep.
Maybe it's for animals you can make money on. Like you're saying livestock, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like domesticated animals, not as much.
Right. They rustle cows, they rustle sheep, they rustle horses.
Yeah, exactly.
That used to be a big deal, man.
Right back in the day.
Man, that's how Billy the Kid kind of gets going.
Yeah. The only other thing that I know that you can rustle is some grub.
Yep, you can rustle up some grub. Probably because it's sheep or cow or pig.
Got you for that.
Russell.
In other news, a doctor in the UK has found himself, quote unquote, struck off for some pretty unacceptable behavior.
Fired.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's such an English term.
I know, right? A court investigation found that he had worked in several local hospitals over the years and was known as one of the worst employees on the roster. Such behavior that earned him that right were things like not adhering to COVID-19 safety protocols in the hospital. He was observed urinating in a sink in one of the examination rooms.
Jesus, dude.
He was also noted as recommending a CT scan for a patient to see if she, quote, had a brain. Though he doesn't recall making such a statement and is believed that the patient didn't hear the comment. He's since been taken off the list of available assistants in the area. We need to do a CT scan to see if you've got a brain, woman.
I mean, did they do any kind of background check, man? Because, like, his history at all these different hospitals is horrible.
Right. Like, he's got all the credentials and he's fine.
Right.
He just sucks as an employee.
Exactly.
He's awful.
You're a qualified douche.
He's like if one of us just decided to become an assistant in a doctor's office.
Yeah, basically.
Man, I need to take a leak. Hang on, there's a sink right here. Let's grab some water. We're all good to go. Way down in Alabama, a local bear shows that wildlife can be friendly and helpful. Surveillance footage from a local home shows the bear sauntering onto the property, locating the owner's garbage can. Apparently feeling it was ready to be taken down, the bear proceeds to get up on its hind legs and starts pulling the trash can down the driveway. It's like he's backing it down. Like,
thank you.
It's a chore to bring it down.
Bring it back in.
Yeah. This, of course, was too good of a video not to share with the media, and the video is going viral. It's a great video. It's fun. You guys want to check it out if you haven't seen that one already. But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth,
Thankfully, there's good news.
over to North Carolina, where a major benefit was held. In light of the devastation from the 1-2 punch of hurricanes experienced recently, country artist Luke Combs organized a benefit concert to raise money for relief funds. Headlining the show himself, along with Eric Church, and guest appearances by the likes of Sheryl Crow, James Taylor, and Keith Urban. The group donated their skills and performed in front of 80,000 people that packed into Bank of America Arena in Charlotte, which was donated by the owner of the Panthers, who already donated millions towards relief efforts. In total, the concert for Carolina raised $24 $24 million to help folks affected by the devastation.
Okay,
man, they still need a lot more than that.
They absolutely do. You know, the wife and I actually went out to the Gorge to see Luke Combs out there, and he was already talking about the concert that he was going to be doing out there. He, like he said, he was not getting paid for that concert. Everybody else that jumped in was not getting paid for that concert. The owner of the Panthers to just open the doors.
Yeah,
you know, it's not cheap to open up those doors and to bring a staff in there. So to just
all the concessions and everything else goes
so
into
to just eat that
just
cost.
like Joel Osteen.
That's right.
Yeah.
$24 million towards relief, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Good.
And he's a great singer. Like that's just a great show.
I was gonna say that lineup is stacked.
Hell yeah, got my boy Bailey Zimmerman in there too. That's a good show. Men's Room Sports, you got a handful of college football over on CBS Sports, ESPN2, and ESPNU. You got more MLS soccer playoffs on FS1, hockey over on ESPN. Game 4 of the World Series over on Fox with the Dodgers ahead of the Yankees 3-0 in the series, looking for the championship sweep. The stat that I saw this morning was that in the entire history of baseball, there have been 40 instances where a team went 3-0 in a playoff game. And in all those 40 games, one of them throughout history actually came back to win the series.
Really?
Yes.
That sounds about right.
And Ted might actually be right. That was what the 04 Red Sox?
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Did they
come down 3-0?
I think you're right.
Or was it 3-1 to the Yankees?
It was still a deficit. Yeah, it was.
And,
it was a massive comeback.
It's looking like it might be a sweep here. Just gonna throw that out there. Anyway,
Well, you never know, man. These games have been tight late,
right?
So.
And it's still the second. Like there's a lot of game left to play. A lot of game left to play.
Oh, what's the 04 Red Sox?
Well done, Ted.
But other than that, nobody's ever done it. In the World
again.
Series, it's never been done.
20 years ago.
Right. Yeah, those are playoff stats. That is not World Series stats. Meanwhile, your Seattle Kraken currently underway on the road in Montreal against the Canadiens over on Kong and Amazon Prime. This is a game to watch, Kraken fans. If you're not watching this one, you need to turn this on like right now. They're currently in the midst of second intermission, about to go into the third period. That's all I'm going to say about that. As far as your weather, we've got the cloud cover tonight and a low of about 45, and get ready for it because tomorrow the rain is back. Be ready for rain all day and a high of right around 51. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Less. Lovely Jolene is up next.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday athletic gifts like bikes, tents, and outdoor gear. You'll have money left over for a premium yoga mat so you can try to touch your toes by New Year's.
Almost there.
Or that Pro Series 2-person sled with titanium alloy skis. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Getting help for mental health shouldn't be as hard as it is. Thankfully, Mindful Therapy Group is here to make your mental health journey as painless as possible. Be seen in as little as 48 hours for in-person or telehealth appointments. Mindful partners with thousands of licensed clinicians to find the perfect fit for you. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance, so you can focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.